socialising.
Alright guys, sorry about that. Hopefully we are live again and hopefully you can hear me. I'm just going to give it 1 minute and make sure you can. So if you can hear me, wave.
Sound off. Yeah, wave to us. We'll be able to see.
Wave to the
For
camera.
those of you without the observant feat, we'll recap what we just went through. We currently introduced 3 of our members, and we were awaiting the others.
We all have legendary weapons.
So,
Okay.
yes.
Yep, we got a yup.
Yep, beautiful.
Thank you,
Alright,
Jack.
you can hear us, so
Let's start.
I'm DM Cody. And welcome back. Going around, we're just going to quickly introduce ourselves.
I'm Bam. I play Grunk. He's a half-orc bard.
That's it? Okay.
Please continue.
I'll be the same. I'm Josh. I play Koppodrazi, a human, for now, bald boy.
Druid.
Oh, yes. He thinks he's a druid.
He thinks he's a druid. He's a druid.
Of course.
Okay, hi, I'm Luna. I am a half-elf. Blue hair, got the lily, tan skin, the braid to the side. My name is Cassie, which is very important. And I got this beautiful work here. And from F.
Hey.
Who? Oh my god, we just got a donation thingy bits. Whoa, thank you, Brett.
Thank you, Brett, I guess. Yeah, I'm Cooper. I'm playing Kai, human fighter, ex-soldier from ARM. Kind of a straight-up guy, I guess.
I'm Patch and I play Simon, the little Armenian boy from Arm who has a bird and casts spells and things. He's the most powerful wizard you've probably seen, and he's very excited to learn magic.
Alright, so first of all, thank you everyone for joining us. A quick shout out to Laura's legendary loot for the dice trays that have been made for us. They look amazing, thank you very much. We will be rolling with them on stream live.
Anything else automatically results in disadvantage.
This one's broken.
Oh, buy them flat.
Yes, they only
We
work
just
on
learned
It was
that.
a 19 though.
So roll.
No, hold them up. You roll higher.
Now, if you haven't done so already, do make sure you check out our Facebook page if you're in Adelaide. We do have a competition running that ends tonight for free
Get on there.
tickets to Dice Paper Rolls. So don't miss out.
Those people roll.
Cook
Which
while
day
pot is
are you
hot.
going to go?
Rice paper roll. Just
Well, I'm going on the Friday, and I think you all have to too.
I mean, Friday works best for me anyway, so.
I figured it might since that's when we generally do things. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, you
we're about to kick
yeah.
off, but before we do have some announcements. I'm not sure what they are, so I'm excited to find out. We are going to pass over to our small Armenian boy.
Hello, well, actually I don't have any announcements, but I have some announcements as the one that plays Simon. First of all, should we reach 150 followers within a timely fashion, I shall cosplay as one of my earlier characters who is featured as an NPC in this campaign, Miguel, with the works, curl mustache and all. Should we reach 300 followers within an extended period of time, I shall be making, this is my player's handbook, I'll be making a similar type thing for a giveaway. So yeah, get us to 300 and then possibly win one of these.
Get on it, guys.
Already worth it.
Just
I'm gonna be following us
all
from now
your
on.
friends. Just send them the link to make them follow us, and just keep pestering them over. And
Yeah,
over.
I don't know about you guys, but from now on I'm on blocking Tabletop Fables.
Oh yeah.
Too much
Should probably get on with that.
300 most of us have time to properly make it. It's like wood and leather and whatnot. So
It's really good quality. We used to watch him play with it, and we just look at it and we're just like, oh, so jealous.
spellbook. Yes. That's all I have.
Alright, awesome.
And very quickly, the drawing that happened ages ago that I forgot to hold on last time because I got so excited about Luna. And now I can hold it up. Thank you for drawing the shapes. And the name was
Boy.
Egg Boy. It is so cool. I printed it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's actually really good.
That's a good tech. Sorry.
As you can tell, we encourage art.
We encourage a lot of audience.
Yes.
We love you.
We encourage a lot of things. Dungeons and Dragons being one of them.
Yeah.
Alright.
So let's get back to it then.
Please.
Alright, so last episode our adventurers came across a ship that seemed to be commandeered by a vampire. Upon unceremoniously destroying the vampire's coffin, they
Burn it.
found some men that were held below decks, cuts all over them, very obviously used to feed the vampires and above deck they found barrels full of blood. They burnt the ship, or Koppo burnt the ship,
You're welcome.
sinking it into the ocean as the mast flamed and smoke billowed into the air. Heading back to the village, they asked if anyone could potentially help these men on death's door, and they were told that they were beyond help. Following Yorg into the distance, Elbaz managed to track him down, finding him lying dead on a beach with strange wolves circling him. The party went up to the wolf, and the wolf said that he was trying to help. The party wasn't entirely convinced, but shortly after Yorg stood up again, half man but half something else. And he said not only was he partly a wolf, but he was the pack. Something that Kai had heard of in a book he read. Getting back towards the camp, Luna had a vision about a moon well in her head, and she felt a strange force pulling her onwards into the Moonshade Isles. And they got back to find York had returned, promising sanctuary and protection for his people after being taken for so many years. And they found out that Lady Eliza herself was responsible. And that is where we left it last time, and that is where we'll take it from this time.
So what situation are we currently in? We're back in the small village?
You were moving back towards the villages last
okay.
time.
We
Yeah.
were trying to find Yorg and the cowardly druid, whose name is...
Luna!
Nope, sorry.
Yeah.
Defeat a different calendar druid.
Okay.
Luna is not Catherine.
Yeah, no.
I'm taking Coppo's job there, I really
Alright,
shouldn't.
so.
You haven't seen her run from a tree.
One time, Koppo, okay. Alrighty, so.
So you head back to the village. You notice that the sun is rising in the sky, and you're just feeling exhausted. It's been a long day. Kai's still feeling very seedy. He drank probably more than he should have the night before.
He certainly ate more than he should have.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, it was probably
Far
more
more
than
than
you
he should.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good combination.
No.
Did you eat something funny, Kai?
Well, less funny, more filling. Those pies, oh, they were really good though.
Funny, those pies didn't make me feel sick.
I just feel full.
Yeah.
Do you have like some kind of magical void in your stomach that lets you eat 18 pies at once?
Okay.
I'm going to say no,
Okay.
but I don't entirely know.
I'll look into it.
If you want one, I can probably make one.
Preferably not in my stomach.
Alright, your loss.
That would be interesting.
So,
It's a good
I
idea.
would really like to sleep, but also we should probably find York and just figure out what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Which,
Well, sleep is definitely a good option.
Elbaz, I know you're tired, but could you find York again, please?
You see Elbaz screech a little bit, lifts off, flapping his wings, soaring up and around the trees. It doesn't take long. You can still see him, and he swoops back down.
It's that way.
Oh. I lean over to touch it. Albaz.
Would you like to sleep on her shoulder?
So you move forward to where Elbaz swooped down, and you do see York standing there. A group of these people surrounding him.
Hey York, what's happening? Are you staying now?
We're staying here. She won't run us out.
What about Seal, Brooks, and sometimes Zarvin?
You look around, and in this group you do see Zarvin.
Are you leaving still, Zarvin?
No, the gods will that we are here. I see that now.
Cool. We're going to get some sleep now.
Yes, you've had a long night.
What?
Thank you for your help.
Like here? Is here okay?
Yes.
Yeah, if you wish to stay, you're welcome to.
What? You said you could provide sanctuary. What sanctuary do you feel you can provide? Would it not be better in a more defensible location?
He kind of looks at Yorg, strange look in his eyes, says, no.
So, you
Roll perception.
first roll on the new dice tray. 4, so 6.
You're very tired.
I am very tired. Yeah.
Thanks, so.
Yes.
Do you maybe have a bed for us to sleep in somewhere that no one's using?
Oh, I don't need a bed. That's fine.
You see just sort of a look of sadness sweep across his face, like, yes, come this way. And he takes you to a house that looks abandoned, but only quite recently.
Thank you.
Inside you do find 2 sets of bunks and a separate bed.
I will crawl into one and just...
Just on that comment before, can I roll an insight check to see if he's actually hopeful? He sounded kind of not. And I was
Yeah, roll inside.
Second roll.
Second roll. Nice.
Natural 20.
Took a warm up.
Took a warm up, yeah.
Laura.
Laura. Thank you, Laura.
Yes.
So from everything, all the discussions you've had with him, you know he's against violence, but you could tell he had a lot of faith in the gods and nature to take its course, and he's seen nature step in.
Okay.
And he believes this is the course and the course he's meant to follow. Whether it's hope or faith, you're not sure.
Yep.
But he definitely seems more at peace with what's happening now.
Alright, cool.
When Simon climbs into the bed, I want to come up to Simon and just like pull the blanket over and tuck him in a little bit, and then look at Koppo and just get ready to tuck him in.
Oh, I don't know if I'm going to sleep that well tonight.
Thanks,
No.
Mama.
No.
Grunk can sleep outside. I'm just gonna throw my pack off and lie down outside.
Do you mind if I come with you?
Middle of the road.
Yeah, I'll come outside.
Just outside the door.
Yeah.
Is there a tree close by to this house?
Lots of trees.
Ah,
You're on the edge of a forest that was recently swarming with wolves.
Yes. After tucking Koppo in, if he lets
I'm
me.
going to go and sit outside with Grunk.
No, I'm going outside too.
What's that?
Okay.
What you up to, Kai?
Kai will just spend half an hour doffing his armor, going over all these things, making sure it's all there, and then we'll just fall asleep, just sitting up against the bed that Simon's in. Like, he will try and stay awake and just keep watch over Simon for like a bit, but he'll pass out within 20 minutes.
Yeah, you gave us 5 beds.
Yeah,
We're
if
gonna
that.
just wipe them.
Yeah.
You can have your 4 beds back. Screw your bugs.
Are you using your bedroll or are you just lying against it?
He will probably not even bother. He'll just sit down, try to stay awake, and then just pass out.
Yep, cool.
Yeah.
Use the bed. He's not going to give you your long rest.
That's what he's just gonna pass out.
Bedroll or actual bed?
Neither.
And crunch.
Well, the beds aren't the best quality ever. Bedroll probably about as comfortable. So you fall asleep inside. What are you doing outside?
I'm just going to wait for Luna to go over to her tree and do what she does with the tree.
So you find a nice big
Okay.
pine.
Alright, I'll go up and I'll open the tree open, and inside will be a nice kind of like
Cut out.
cutout of a tree as to where I sit, and I just cross my legs and then you just kind of see me relax and I start meditating for my rest.
Which leaves you and Grunk sitting near the front of the house on the road. You do see people around, but they're a fair way off and they seem to be keeping busy, moving their things back into their homes.
Grunk just falls down and goes to sleep. You ever seen a brown bear sleep on its back?
Grunk. Just a question, because I know you kind of know how this works, but how do you feel after you've killed someone?
I feel tired now.
I really don't. Like, how do you just, like, I mean, have you obviously I saw you kill someone today, but before that, how many people do you think you've killed?
Not many, but only bad people. Killing is bad, but when people are bad, you need to stop them somehow. Sometime only way.
Okay. Alright.
Try not to think too much about it.
So Viz is going to fall asleep next to me, which I assume is your next step of action.
You're probably already
agitated that you're
3/4 of the way there as he's talking.
I'm just going to pull out the dagger and look at it for a while and probably stay up for a while.
Yep. So you are the first person to look up and see a dwarf looking very surprised and agitated walking up the path.
Is it our captain?
Yes. It very much is.
Alright, well I'll leave my bag next to Grunk and I'll get up and put the dagger back on my back and walk up after him. Morgan?
Morgan.
Mogo.
Morgan!
You see he's still got his pipe in his mouth. But you see it's empty. He looks like he's smoking nothing at the moment.
Hey, what you doing?
What the hell have you been doing?
Well, we went into town, we had a little festival, and we ate a lot of pies, and then we burned a ship down and killed some vampires, and now...
So it was you then?
Oh, yes.
By the gods.
Did you see it from down in your ship?
Where's the young boy?
What, huh?
The one that was with you, Simon.
Oh, he's asleep in the cabin over there. What's wrong?
We'll let him sleep for now.
What's wrong?
I don't think his brother's coming back for a while.
What do you mean? What's wrong with Martin?
Nothing was wrong with him, well, other than maybe his mind.
Is this to do with the man with the arm thing?
I think so.
We have so much shit we need to do more.
You're asleep. Thank you very much. Back to bed with you.
Should I tell him, or do you want to, or I don't know.
I'll let him know.
All right.
I don't know what it means.
Are you going to be up for a while?
Yeah, I don't think I'll be sleeping for a while.
Do you mind if I stay with you?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
He sort of just comes up, sees Grunk asleep on the ground, and sits down.
There's a bed in there if you want. Oh no, you're trying to stay.
I'm quite alright, thank you.
Do you want me to read you a book?
No, I'm okay.
Oh, okay. Do you mind if I read a book next to you?
Of course, go for it.
Okay. Are you sure you don't want me to read aloud?
I'm very sure.
Okay. Okay.
You see, now he's realised his part, and he pulls out some leaves and fills it up and pats it down.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a process, it takes him a couple of minutes as he gets it and then lights it up.
That's cool.
Don't start. It's hard to stop.
Find that with fire.
Yes. So did I till this morning.
Oh. All right. Well, yeah. I'm just going to read.
Okay. Quietly, please.
My mouth will move, but I'm not going to make noise.
So some time passes. You sit there reading. Morgan just seems to be sitting there, lost in thought.
But after a while, I'm asking. So, what you thinking about?
What it all means. Those things in the boats.
In the what? In the woods?
The boats.
Sorry. I mean, I'm not one to talk for accents, but what?
Boats! The boats!
Oh.
Float on the water.
Right, I thought you said votes. You know, I don't know if we've come across any banks lately.
Oh.
But, yeah, the boats, yeah. I mean, it is a bit weird that he kind of just grabbed Martin's arm and then let him go. I thought you kind of made it seem the first time like they take people and just take them away and
That's
kill them.
what I thought. I didn't know what to think, but... Khan looks around, notices that you're lying Grunk snoring a bit and goes, strange thing is, it looked like the boy's telling the creature what to do.
Do you think Martin's in control of them?
I don't know.
I mean, he's shifty, but I don't think he's in control of, like, fiendy
He
beasties.
seems like a good enough lad.
Well, I mean, if you spent all the time I have with him, you'd know a bit different. He's in love with
Maybe.
doorways.
That is a little bit strange.
Very much so.
In love with doorways.
Yes, I have proof.
I mean, I'm partial to fine works of timber and stone, but I wouldn't go as far as to say love.
It's very weird.
So some time passes, you all start waking up.
Yeah, Luna will probably, when she wakes up, because when she created her tree, she had like a small like nest made for Albus, and see if he stayed there in the nest, and then just kind of like pats him and kind of goes, you know, sees if he comes on me, and then I'll take him to Simon's room,
Yep.
and I'll put Albus next to him, And then I will say, Albus, when they wake up, just let them know I'm going to be down at the shore. Thinking that that's how he communicates. And I will head down to the shore.
Yep.
So I wake up and is dead. They're still next to me.
I'm not really sure. If Luna was the first to wake, you go back. You would see Luna come in and then walk off towards the beach.
Oh, sorry, I didn't notice you.
It's alright.
Oh, I didn't realise so. I would see Koppo and
I imagine so.
I will say something to him. I'll be like, oh, Koppo, you're not having a sleep?
Just not really dealing with the whole thing well, but you know, I'm fine. When I'm ready, I will.
Okay, what's troubling you?
Well, Luna, I kind of killed someone.
Oh, that.
I don't know about you, but that's not a common thing for me.
How do you feel?
Not great.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Grunk seems to think it's like, if they're bad, that's fine. But I mean, we don't know if he was bad. He just was wearing vampire clothes, so, you know. In fact, I wasn't even aiming for him. I was aiming for another one. He might have been like a deckhand or something. I don't know.
It is hard to think about those things. And, I mean, it's, if you don't feel like that's something you like doing, we can always look at different ways.
But that's weird, because like part of me did like doing that,
Yeah.
which isn't good.
Well, I guess if they're not, I mean, if they're vampires, then, well, where I come from, they're not natural. They have gone past their life cycle, and we need to go into the life cycle, the big cycle.
Yeah, but again, I've read a lot of books on vampires, and they die like in a very specific way, and these guys kind of just died with blood and death.
So you don't think they were vampires?
Well, I was questioning it after I tried to hit one with a stake and he didn't die, so I don't know.
Can books be wrong?
Of course they can. Storybooks are usually wrong. All the books say humans are great and heroes and all the monsters are bad, and most of them were wrong. So you know, I try with like facts books, but even they're sometimes wrong. I don't know. Lots of stuff's wrong.
Well, Koppo, the fact that you're not sure about how you feel is a good sign that you're good. If you always just feel joy for these things, then you don't know how, you know, that's a good thing that you're thinking of.
Alright. Where are you off to?
Well, I was just going to head down to the beach and watch the stars in the sea.
Maybe you're out by yourself.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
I'm just going to read my book, but if you need anything, then... Oh, are you going to be quiet when you're down there?
Yes.
Okay, I'll cast message. I'll go. You can reply to this message whenever you like, but don't do it now, just in case. And I'll go back to my book.
Yep.
And I'll look down. And I'll also say hi to Moga. Hey, Moga. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh.
Here you're going to say that as she's walking over like, okay, I'll try it again. You can reply to this message whenever you want.
And I'll walk off to the beach.
Bye, Luna.
Nice,
Morgan's grinning a bit, knowing exactly what he's doing.
nice try, you cheeky little man.
Good morning, Captain Dwarf.
Morning, Grunk.
Oh, morning, Red Boy.
Good night. And I go through my bracelet and take out the jacket and lay it on the ground. Roll the dice till I get hammers. Cut the jacket, mend the jacket, lay on top of it right in front of the house, probably in front of the door if we're honest, and go to sleep. Good night, Gron.
Okay, Red Boy.
It's in the middle of the day, but he's going to sleep.
Yeah, this is literally like the middle of the day now.
Walk out. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh.
Don't trip over, Red Boy.
Couple's still asleep? Okay. Where's Sky gone? He's probably in the bed asleep.
I was literally laying up against it, like on not even the bed end,
Being
just
half
the
asleep
side.
right outside, it was probably quite dark inside. You probably just didn't see him, just like a pile of something on the floor.
Probably slumped over in the end.
Oh, what are you doing? Where is everyone? Where, Elders, could you find everyone for me? let me know. I want to try something. When you come back, think really hard about what you saw and who it was, and I'll see if I can get that image from your head. And I'll send him up to try and find it.
He takes off, flaps a little bit, coasts, goes and lands on your shoulder.
No, I will sort of connect them under his and try and see what he saw.
Yep. Nothing.
Ah. What's the matter? What happened?
He sort of cocks his head, stares at you quite intently. They can't communicate with you.
No. Where is Luna?
He, of course, flies off. This time straight up and over the top of the trees towards the nearest shoreline.
Yeah, I'll start wandering after him then.
Simon,
Oh, hello, Marga.
I've got news for you about your brother.
Oh, cool. Where is he? I haven't seen him for since I went to sleep.
He's back on the seas.
Oh, but his ship was sunk. Did he find a new one already?
Yes, yes he did.
Wish I'd said goodbye to him. Oh well.
He reaches into his coat and pulls out a piece of parchment folded and hands it to you.
Serious.
I
Oh,
left
thank
this
you.
for you, and this, and he pulls out a weathered-looking coin and hands it to you, which you recognise as the first coin he started flipping when he became a follower of the gods.
Oh, this is his special coin. Wow, this is pretty special. I will put it in my components pouch. Find it up. Thank you, Morga. And I will start
You're
over
welcome, boy.
after him. After Elder's back up to the beach, that's right.
So you start following
Mm-hmm.
How did Brother Man sail away?
on a ship.
Where'd the ship come from?
Below the waves, but not like mine.
Was it a creepy thing ship?
The creatures we saw. Looks over to make sure Simon's out of his shot. One of them appeared on one of the rowboats. Stood over the water, and the damn thing raised up. The one you sunk. The sails weren't there, but
What?
it just seemed to stop repairing itself.
More monsters.
They seemed all right. Miguel seemed to tell them what to do when they listened.
The guys that we killed.
No.
Sorry.
They're gone. I hope. Okay, the guys were killed.
Dream speaking.
Oh no. Man friend.
Kyle wakes up.
So disappointed.
Uh,
Keep asked to die if he's allowed to wake up.
Why you know until small boy?
Kai will. You call that, you'll probably hear it muffled. Coming. And it'll probably be a solid long minute before it comes out.
The boy seemed scared of the creatures. His brother seemed safe, but no need to upset him anymore.
Sorry, what creatures?
The ones we saw on the sea,
What about them?
with dead eyes.
What about them? They're here.
No. Perhaps your friend should fill you in. I need to find somewhere and have a drink. He sort of gets up and starts wandering off towards... Who knows?
Look
Nothing.
down, tentatively step over Copper. Grunk, what was that about?
Small boy brother gone on creepy man ship. Creepy man rowboat. They raised the ship from the one we sunk.
Okay, I'm getting
Creepy
a lot.
rowboat man made it good again. Small boy brother sailed away.
So the
Other brother, not you.
yes,
Your brother?
I
I don't know.
no,
Man friend all the same.
no, I don't have any brothers or sisters. No.
Hashtag not all humans.
Sorry. The weird, undead, creepy-looking rowboat people
Came back for small boy brother friend.
came back for Miguel, raised the ship,
Yeah.
Ship.
Vampire ship.
The one we sunk.
Yeah.
They raised it?
Apparently.
Like more guys?
Captain Dwarf say so.
That's interesting. And then he got on the ship and it sailed away?
Yes.
That's probably not a good thing. Could
No.
be a good thing. I'm not sure.
I didn't call you to share the joy.
I'll be back. I walk over to the tree line and wanting to relieve myself.
Actually,
Yes.
roll play win.
Yeah, roll performance.
Whoa!
So 20, not natural.
You don't dribble any on your feet.
That's the dirtiest 20 we've rolled.
18 is the amount of kilos of shit that came out of it.
Yeah, about that much.
I play my magic song now.
You looked at the start.
I will eventually find
That's
that.
on the wrist.
Oh,
It could be any time during a
Oh,
rest,
okay.
between rests.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming we get the benefit of a long rest.
Actually, yeah, do
It's a hell of an intro.
benefits of a long rest? Or? Yeah, okay, cool. Including me?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, cool.
Coconut.
I will not complain with that.
What do we get?
Long rest, so spell slots and health
Okay.
back.
10 hit points still there, 24 hours or 8 hours?
24 hours.
So they would still, no,
They'll be there until sort of like 10 ish, I guess.
yeah.
Till tonight.
Till tonight.
I assume I'll eventually find one on the beach.
Yep.
Are you conscious?
Just very quickly, how long of time would have passed before he got there? Because she was going to talk to the tree.
It probably would have been.
10,
At least
15?
4 hours.
Well, you
Yeah, I have 4 hours.
have quite a window of
So
time.
at least.
Yeah, so when Luna goes down, if she's got a good gap, she will probably wash herself in the sea, try and catch a few stars, and be very frustrated that she can't catch them and start curiously thinking. Maybe they're under the water, head under, kind of thing.
Salt water straight up the nose.
Yep, and she's just going, oh, this is irritating. And she will anxiously walk up to the nearest biggest tree she can see and spend about a good 10 minutes just kind of looking at it. And she will have this look of pondering anxiousness, and then she'll touch the tree and she'll mutter some words and kind of trace into the tree, not making a line or anything, but kind of like some sort of magic, and start talking to it. And she'll go, "Hey, again, it's me. I'm sorry I haven't sent a message in a while. I've been off adventuring, just like we dreamed. It's amazing. I've met a lot of people, and they're not bad like we've been told. I mean, some are different, some are bad, but I've met some really good people. There's this one boy, and he's really sweet, and he heals the trees when they get scratches in them.
No, I thought it was Simon.
No,
You're a sweet boy too.
you're a sweet boy too, and he heals the trees. But he does it with dice. It's a little funny. We also changed a man who used to belong to these hunters that hunted animals for trophies, like the ones we saw in the forest. And we changed his thoughts. He stopped hunting and he helped us protect a bear. And there was this strange person who was kind of like one of us, but he didn't have to eat the heart of the animal to change. He just watched. It's different. Wasn't like we've been told. I also saw a really long river that seemed to touch the sky, and the stars were in it, but I haven't been able to catch one yet. It sparkled really nice. There's also a boat that goes underwater. That was really funny. And we met a really lovely bunch of people like us as well, but they're humans. And they practice druid craft like us too. And they're really nice people, and they have festivals, and there's pie contests where they have to eat a lot of it. I didn't understand the game very well. But then there were some vampires that attacked them, and well, we stopped them. Well, I guess I'm not sure if you're actually listening to these, but well, I hope everything's okay with you. Oh. And I'd pull my hand away and sink back down, and I'll sit next to the tree and bury my feet into the sand and kind of look out and tear up a little bit.
You sit there for a while, the waves just lapping at the shore. It's quite a nice day. It's sort of the middle of winter and it seems like not a cloud in the sky. It's one of the nicer days that have been around for a while. After some time, passes,
I'm feeling calm now after a rest, so calm.
and the sun starts coming up and the shade of the palm trees around you start covering this area that leads down to the beach. Birds start singing in the trees.
I'll just listen. Just kind of listening to different bird sounds, just zoned out of my surroundings.
Eventually, Elbeth comes by, short followed by Zach. Oh, hi Luna.
Oh, hi Simon. How did you sleep?
Really good. I was up in the bed for so long. I was so tired.
You did look very tired.
I don't stay up that late normally. Okay, this one time with one of my friends at this place. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I felt really bad about the thing I said about the moon the other day on the boat. And so I wrote you this poem because I want you to know that I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just trying to tell you that I know how important the moon is for you, and I want you to know how important you are to us. So, here we go. It's not very good, but I wanted to write it anyway. Okay. It's called The Moon. The moon is beautiful and lights the night, but lunar stuns everyone and lights our days as well. The moon is bright and guides our way, but lunar's smile is bright still and reminds us where to go. The moon helps to help things grow, but Luna's flowers are the most beautiful thing I know. Luna is more than a word for the moon. She is my very, very dear, sweet friend. I hope you like it, and I'm very sorry.
That was so good.
I think that deserves a virtual round of applause by everyone.
Sorry for upsetting you before. I'll just sort of like look down at my feet and like scuff the sand a bit.
Oh, hang on, I'm so sorry. You will get out of character.
That's just excellent.
Or did you?
Method acting.
Method acting. That was rude. If you ever make eye contact with Luna, you just notice her cheeks go bright red.
Yeah, I'll eventually sort of look up.
She has this massive smile. There are like her eyes are kind of like up and lifted, and there's like a tear and another tear and another tear, and she's just like,
I'm sorry.
and she just runs towards you and gives you the biggest squeezy hug,
Your hug.
and just kind of holds you and just says, that was the nicest thing anyone has ever done. Thank you.
You remind me of my sister Monica. She was very nice as well.
Oh my god. I think we're gonna just sit there and cry about it.
Just wait there until someone comes us.
Welcome to D&D. 2 hours at a time.
Just hugging. Hug it out, people.
Roll the hug.
So Grunk and Koppo, light spoon on the ground.
That was way spittier than I thought it would be.
I looked over it and I'm just like, okay then.
Did you swallow any?
Please make sure you didn't.
I did it before the poem started, and so I was like, oh no, God, I've been told these for a while. I put all my dice in my mouth.
I saw you eating dice out of the compound. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm just imagining at this point, like Koppo just wakes up and sees Grunk just fitting more and more rocks in his mouth, just trying to see if he can beat his old record.
Well,
Grunk got 10 rocks that time.
jury's out. Is it a great idea?
Grunk was probably doing a poo, so.
We're Well done to keeping that in for that long.
That was impressive. Yeah.
Oh, my mouth was like trembling. Like,
Does his poo contain lots of rocks? No, I'm still asleep at this point, I guess.
Or Kai walks back to that even like. Yeah, just.
Get Cobbo's dice at your mouth.
well, that
Okay.
moved after the emotional part. So
Alright, back to the story.
Grunk finishes his poo,
It took him 3 hours.
wiping.
Take Kai that long, the amount of pies.
So you're asleep, you're in the woods. What are you doing?
Kai will just come back and we'll go. We walked off.
Walked off looking for a tavern somewhere.
Yeah, Kai will probably just make sure everyone's things are together that he knows of. He won't go and invading or anything. He'll just sort of, that's Luna's stuff
Get
kind of
everything
thing. Just get everything ready for a trip and just sort of sit down with Sandar's book and just start reading through it, trying to gather all the information you can.
Yep. As you pull out Sandar's book, you also notice you still have those that parcel of documents you found.
Yeah, Sandar didn't say anything about having to keep that secret and password and all that.
Which part?
The parcel documents, like.
No, I'm talking about the ones you found that implied that Eliza is selling.
Yeah, I'll probably also read through those actually. Yeah.
So as you read through those, you do get further and further through. A lot of these names, a lot of amounts of gold and trade goods are crossed off.
Mm-hmm.
You flip over the page, and none of these are crossed off. As you scan through, you do see Yorg's name.
How far down the list?
About 8 people down. You don't recognise any other names. You don't really know anyone other than a couple of people here.
Looking back through, does it look like there's a particular order, like a pattern?
It looks
or
like it's crossed off in order.
just in order. Yeah. Interesting. Can I take note of the name at the top?
Roll inside.
Yep. 2.
That's it.
Ikilora.
Yeah, of course. I'll grab that name if there is one.
Shay, S-H-A-E.
Ooh.
Last name Moon.
Yes.
Middle name Isle.
Yes. Alright, so Shay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Shay the lady at the dock?
No, that
No?
was
No.
He runs.
I am wrong. Thanks for correcting.
Favorite, I believe.
Favourite.
I will.
Favorite.
Yeah. Also, just essentially go and just wait for everyone to get back.
Yep.
Maybe if there's time, just go out, do a light sort of kata regime kind of thing.
Yeah.
Training.
Just some unarmed training.
Yeah. Unarmed sword.
Yep.
Sword and board kind of thing. Just a couple of drills.
Cool.
Just filling his time and prepping.
So eventually you wake up.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be waiting for him to wake up just to sit with him.
Okay.
The sun's starting to set now. It's been quite a while. Like, not set, but get low in the sky. Equivalent of about 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon.
We've become crepuscular.
It's a big word for a little girl.
Wasn't Grunk who said it. So I just rolled over and probably have rolled with like my head onto my bracelet. So when I wake up, it's probably like making some scorch sounds. And I'll roll back on the other side, but very calmly this time, just raise it in the air and try to be as calm as possible when I say it, but I'm still going to be bloody loud. And Sorokat hom hol destinade, kasonal swahum, kosklot kaum. Now calm down.
I'm still not used to that.
Quite a few people that have been going around just kind of stop and look at you and keep walking, but a little bit of distance now.
Sorry.
I'll just give him a little. It's okay.
They just kind of nod and keep going about their business. You see from across the way a window with a little boy picked up over, staring at you intently.
Hello. Sorry.
Can I take him too?
So I have a gag.
Luna's adoption agency.
Probably would have spent the extra hours or so on the beach. Just would have put out a scroll that Sana gave me and been like, "So you know magic, right, Luna?" This...
Oh, before that moment,
Oh.
I want to do a little reveal.
Uh-oh.
If that's okay, and then we can go to that. Is that okay? But you want to
Up to
finish
you.
that? Finish that.
Will you? That was it.
Oh, okay.
Just stop being awake.
Sorry.
I have to do that every day.
Everyone else just has to say, I'm awake.
Oh, the Luna special. Kidding. Yeah, so after we have like this really long, really
Loving,
this is the Ariel frog start singing. She'll go, thank you so much for writing that poem. That was really, really special, but I wasn't sad because of what you said.
No?
No, I mean, I wasn't born in my village like everyone else.
Oh.
I was found when I was really young. And, well, I got my name because I was found on a lunar eclipse.
Whoa.
And that's how I got given the name Luna. Because that's when I appeared to them and they took me in.
Wow.
I mean, I don't remember it. I got told this when I was sent off on my quest. But I was just scared with the moon gone now. What if they can't find me again?
What if it's like always your birthday now? Because it's like a permanent lunar eclipse. So we should just give you presents every day.
A birthday?
Yeah, you know, like you have a birthday every year when you on the day you were born. I guess for you it would be when you're found. But so humans, most I think other races too, when they get born on one day and then the next year they have like a celebration for that day. It's like your name day, some people call it, when you get your name.
Oh, like when you finally become an adult?
Well, no, not really, but maybe. I've not done that one yet. But like every year, when you get a whole year older, you have a birthday or a name day.
Oh, well, we don't do that. The celebration you get is when you do an achievement.
Oh.
But the only one you get to celebrate is when you become an adult and you get your adult name.
That sort of makes sense, because why would you celebrate just living a whole year? It's not that big of an achievement. But I guess that's cool. So do you know what day you were found?
No.
Oh. Well, we should make, when we get the moon back, that can be your birthday.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's like the moon's back, and lunar was, yeah, your birthday.
Do you think it's coming back?
Of course. We're very powerful. We can bring it back.
You're very powerful.
So are you.
Oh.
That's what you do in magic.
Well, I'm not even sure I can be a druid.
What do you mean? You sleep inside a tree. That's so weird and really cool.
I was a lot slower than everyone else. Everyone learned a lot more than I did. I mean, it was so many years ago that everyone could change into these beasts, and I can't do that yet.
I'm sure you can soon. No, I was kind of so learned too. Arcanist Roland back at Candlekeep, he wouldn't teach me anything because he had Maverick, he was really good at magic all the time, and he wouldn't. Anyway, so I was not super fast, so I ran away on to be on an adventure so I could learn quicker. So maybe because you're adventuring now, you will learn quicker than before. When was the last time you tried to turn into an animal?
Oh, well, I haven't tried.
Why don't you try? Maybe you can do it now after, being on the moonshine where there's lots of druids here, and maybe it will work this time.
Maybe another day I'll try.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's okay. Seeing as you know a little bit about magic, would you mind looking at the scroll with me? Xander gave it to me. He says it will help me figure out what this is, and I got this little amulet that Xander also gave me. I'll pull out the scroll on the bit. See, he's really smart, so all this symbology is stuff that he knows, but I don't really understand it, so I'm trying to decode it. What do you think it means?
What do I see?
You see a scroll in a language that you do recognise.
Oh, okay.
It's Druidic.
Oh. Oh.
This is identify.
So,
Identify.
you're trying to identify.
No, this is like the spell scroll of identify that he gave me.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Then it's not.
Never mind. That's fine. So would I know the language that is identify spell?
It's just magic sigils.
Magic sigils.
It's more of an arcane thing than a divine magic thing.
I mean, I don't work with this kind of magic. I just kind of.
Oh, different types of magic.
Yeah, I can't make much sense of that.
Okay, cool.
But
Cool.
I mean, you tell me about it, and I'll see.
Well, see, this one is the symbol for changing things. I'll just like go on a big monologue about all these different arcane sort of schools and yada yada. But I can't put it together. I'm trying, but it's a tricky one.
Okay.
Mm.
I think you're getting pretty far. You identify a lot of things on there.
Thank you.
Well done.
No, we'll put it away.
It's actually quite impressive for such a young person to be able to look through those magic scrolls and identify so much and understand it as well.
I don't know.
No, you would. Like,
I would.
you'd be surprised that you're looking at it, it's nonsense, and
Okay.
he's pulling all these different bits and pieces and showing you them, explaining them, and it's super complicated, and you think you maybe never get it.
I mean, I would never have gotten as far as you have. You're doing a really good job. There's a lot there.
Yeah, but you and Koppo and Grunk, you all just like do the magic with your drum or with your face or just with your hair. And I have to like say these words and do the symbols and sometimes like pull out sticks and things from my bag. It's so complicated. You guys just like magic right there.
I have things that I have to use as well. Like when I make good berries, I have to get this out and... Uh-oh. It's not working.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Well, see, sometimes mine doesn't work either.
Takes me a long time to learn new spells as well. Okay.
Thank you guys.
So you've woken up and noticed that Luna and Simon are both missing. You both saw them last leave towards the ocean line.
Well, she told me that's where we're going. Do we look, before we go to see the beach with Luna, I assume Simon's gone. Did you guys know? There?
Yeah, he followed Hawk thing.
Has someone told him about his brother?
Yes, I believe so. Otherwise, he would have probably been. Actually, I don't know, but I would assume so.
Captain Dwarf said he don't tell small boy yet.
Yeah, okay, well, we won't tell him, but, let's try and get them together, because that's kind of important, I think. Are we anywhere near the 3 half-dead people?
Yeah, you're a few houses away. You left them in a house with someone telling them to keep them asleep.
You guys go ahead. I just want to see if those people are alright, and if they're happy to keep looking after them.
I'll come with you, weird boy.
Alright.
Actually, yes. No, I'll come with you as well.
Oh, cool, thank you. No, grab my back straps and plug my way over.
So all 3 of you make your way over to this house. The door is open. It smells like there's some sort of cooking coming in from inside at this time of day. It's probably when they start making their dinner.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, friends. I didn't want to kind of leave those people with you and then run
good.
away.
I'm glad you come back to collect them.
I mean, well, I just want to make sure they're alright.
Well, no.
But
They're mostly dead.
But they're alive but dead, right?
As alive as you left them, I suppose.
Okay.
They don't scream no more?
We've kept them asleep to make sure they don't.
Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Has anybody spoken to you about what's going on out here?
Well, you came and saw us all.
Okay. Are you able to take them with you as a group? Not like you personally, but is everybody able to take them in?
Take them where?
With you to wherever you're going?
We're staying here. This is our home again.
Okay, that's cool. I really don't have a solution for this, but I feel like it's dumb if we save them for nothing.
Nature's way is death. You know that.
I'm still not comfortable with it, but you're right.
None of us are.
It's not something one grows to be comfortable with.
And you're 100% sure that nobody can help them?
Well, no one here, that's for certain.
And they'd be better off and, more comfortable if they weren't kind of halfway there?
Who am I to say?
Do you know anything of the Moonwells?
Oh yes, we're all told the stories when we're children.
Do you think maybe they could help?
Oh, if they were real, probably.
We have reason to believe one is real.
Yes.
Yes. I don't think so.
Well,
Well, I wouldn't lie to you.
Oh, I don't believe you're lying. I also don't believe it's true.
Okay.
The information we got came from a very trusted source. Apparently there is one still active. There have also been rumours that have reached the mainland as well of this working moonwell. In fact, a known associate, a trustworthy associate of ours, has also noted of this.
If anyone believed those rumours, they'd be here in droves.
Well,
That might be the secret to it.
mm,
The more people that know, obviously, everybody would come. But if a few trusted sources know, then nobody's going to come and burn out the good thing.
Our elders have the magics of the land. They cannot feel anything.
where are the elders currently?
Around the village, I suppose.
I wouldn't mind speaking with them, I guess. But a couple of things I'd like to ask.
I believe Yorg's your man now. It seems that he has moved up in rank, shall we say.
Indeed.
Favoured by the gods.
Indeed. Those three, there's not much we can offer to do for you, unfortunately, but we can move them, I guess.
Kai, can I speak to you outside just really quickly, please?
Sure. And I'll walk out.
Grunk.
Okay.
Could you... Grunk, are you hungry?
Always.
Do you think you could spare our friends some breakfast? I mean, well, breakfast for me, but dinner for you?
Yes, we'll have enough to go around.
Thank you. I know that's a bit weird, but thank you.
He sort of looks over his shoulder and sort of nods. Someone else goes and collects some more potatoes and pumpkin from the store and starts cutting them up with a fairly old knife that looks fairly sharp.
I'll be back in a second. I just got a question. Kai,
Yes, Koppo?
you spend a lot of time on the battlefield, right?
Well, I have, yes.
How many times have you died?
Well, yet to do so. I have not, currently still here. It apparently takes a bit to keep me down.
Okay, well, I've died a lot.
Died?
Yes. And it sucks. And being halfway there and being fully there, it sucks. And if these people cannot come back and they're just like stuck where they are, it sucks. And if we don't know how to bring them back, they're just being tortured.
Yes, I can understand that. That's something I wanted to ask about. I kind of want to get the group together and discuss that
Alright.
as to what we're going to do.
Well, I don't like killing. I really don't. It might seem weird, but I don't. But this is like a mercy thing, right?
Well, I would, if it fell down to that, that's how I would see it. But I feel that there may potentially be some hope for those poor people.
The longer there isn't hope, the more pain they're in. And it's not a pain that you know.
You are right, I do not know pain like that, but I also know the cost and the burden of taking a life. It's not something that you just do and you don't feel anything afterwards. Otherwise, that would make you a very interesting person to be around, and hopefully someone that I do not need to associate with.
Well, I hope I'm very boring to you in that sense then. Because I don't like it.
Fortunately, I get the feeling that killing is not not something we all see as a glorified thing to do.
Alright.
More so as a necessary thing, I guess. But what I think we should do is we should probably gather us all together and have a talk about what we're actually going to do next.
Alright.
The way I see it, we have a few options. And one of the options directly concerns those three.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to speak with the elders as well, but it's probably better to talk to the group first.
Alright. Well,
They've, from what I heard, they went to the coast.
If you want to speak to the elders, I can go and get them and bring them back.
Well, I was going to say I can go and do that. I have no issues, but if you would like to, you're...
Well, I just figured you want to speak to the elders. I don't.
Oh, well, I want to speak with the group first.
Oh, all right.
Couple of questions to be had first.
Well, as long as Grunk's all right.
Yeah, so cut to me, who's just been stitched up and left intruding these people's dinner. Half orc. You say it. I'm Grunk. Hi. Thanks for the potatoes.
You're welcome.
And I'm gonna like.
Please pull up a chair, and they sort of go to a table and pull a chair up for them.
I think I'm gonna like grab and go and come out like facing the potatoes, just like glaring at him.
Still half cooked because you didn't understand the attitude of wait till it's finished. Rub it out the pot.
It was so awkward. It was so awkward.
It looks like a tomato sauce dripping off his face.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
are you okay there, Grunk?
Awkward's kind of my default setting.
We go find boy now.
Yeah.
Elf lady.
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea, yes.
I don't know. I'm struggling, but let's go.
I think at some point before we headed back up from the coast, I would have had a shot at trying to figure out and transcribe identifying commands to look.
Yep.
It's alright. Divination not being my specialty, but regardless, it's a cool spell, so that's a shot. Big 8.
You start transcribing it.
Yeah.
It's just a process of time.
Yeah. Cool.
You don't get very far. You sort of realise halfway through some sigils that you've done the wrong lines, the wrong crosses on them. You have to go back with magical ink and erase it using prestidigitation.
Yeah.
And do it again.
Out of curiosity, what do you use to do that? Is that like intelligence or anything that?
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, while I see him do that, I wanted Luna to try enhanced ability. She doesn't know it because it's a second level spell slot. She wanted to see if she could, because she remembers like it happening and they used to help each other, and I can see him trying to figure things out. So I want to be like trying to see if I can enhance his ability.
This is going to get super rolly. Roll a d20.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Come on, Laura's trays.
Lord Trey, first roll for me.
Not even
And then that's
Massive
a cock.
cost, yeah.
Cocked. And that's off the thing.
That's
but
right.
that's
Because it came off,
that's
so
that's a 4.
you gotta land
Yeah.
on there to
Like
get the
trying to
roll.
boost him, and I'll be like, and it was like, oh, get some dirt and.
Your magic party.
So the reason that you do take a bit of time is because Luna keeps blowing dirt at you and moves.
sorry, I'm just I'm trying to practice the spell as well.
Oh, cool.
Just I should do it further back maybe.
No, that's okay. It's fun
What's
practice.
the word for opposite of enhance?
D-Hans.
And that's why he's not doing it. That's what she just wants to practice.
No, it's fun to practice together. I just realized I need like a really big pearl to do this one as well. And an owl feather, not a hawk feather. I'm sorry. So if you see an owl, if you could ask it for a feather, that would be awesome. And if you see a clam, if you could ask it for a really big pearl, that would also be cool.
Well, it's almost night time, so owls might come out soon. So I'll keep an ear out and see if I can hear one.
Cool. We should probably head back up soon as well. They're probably
Right,
looking for
yeah.
us.
I'll be back up.
Thank you.
So you start walking away. The people inside the house just see the three of you. Backpacks on,
I
Mike.
actually did want to say that I would probably pop back in and explain this situation.
Probably a good thing because you've just gone, here's 3 dead bodies, we'll deal with them. Nah, see ya.
Yeah, I'll explain the situation to them first, just to be safe.
So what are we doing with these people?
I mean, if possible, potentially just leave them, I guess. Otherwise, I'm happy to move them out of your premise.
But there's the house that we slept in. Could they use that? We just take them over there.
Well, the idea is we want to have a discussion with amongst ourselves and also with the elders about maybe doing something with them.
Very well, if you're speaking with the others, that's fine. We'll
Yes.
keep looking after them for now.
Alright, thank you very
But
much.
please do something about it.
We'll try to be quick.
Alright. Hey guys.
Oh,
Oh, hey.
there you are. Enjoy your day out.
Yes, I'm now clean but salty.
I'm also clean now. But not salty.
That one.
It's really nice down at the beach.
Oh, that's good. I was thinking we should probably all maybe have a chat about what our next move is. Also, we should probably involve the elders with that chat.
You hear the distant sound of rumbling thunder after an almost perfect day. It seems like there's a storm coming through. Still some time off.
It's okay.
It's okay, we've got some time before it arrives.
Yeah, let's make our way back to the village.
How are you going, Koppo?
I'm alright.
Grunk, are you okay? What's all that red stuff?
Oh, that dinner.
Oh yeah.
Small
We
boy,
should
you clean
probably-
Grunk?
Oh, I can do that.
Oh, that reminds me.
Small boy, you clean Grunk?
Wait, clean Grunk?
With magic, not fire.
Oh, yes, I'll clean you. Hold on. Hold very still. And that Trigantazio. And then I will prestidigitate some dirt off him.
And some tomato.
I put down my bag and pull it open, and I'll pull out 10 really yummy, tasty rations that I bought. And I'll say, well, I got these for you because you really like yummy rations.
What's wrong with mine?
Well, these ones are supposed to be really, really, really tasty, and I just wanted to see if you wanted to try new things, because, you know,
Eat
you've
those
only ever
ones.
had the ones...
Grunk, no one carry you.
Alright.
You've only ever had the ones you've had, so I asked the guy to give me the most tastiest thing he ever did, and he took some money, but it wasn't a dagger. And he gave me these, and he said these are the tastiest ever, so we could explore stuff.
So I'll put my bag down. I'll take out all the stone arm rations and just put them on the floor and be like, I guess I should start getting rid of the things in this bag
Well,
and take the yummy rations and have one and put the others in a separate compartment.
Tastes much better, and your arm does not turn to stone.
Perhaps,
Probably should have done this before.
perhaps instead of getting rid of things, perhaps just organising them.
But I really don't know what's in here, so it's going to take some time and it's probably going to be a bit dangerous.
Perhaps when we have some spare time then.
You know, Koppo, I'm working on a spell that lets me, like, figure out what something is. Like this magic spell that you do for a while, and then the spell, like, tells you exactly what the thing is. So when I figure it out, I could try and cast it on your bag for you.
That'd be really good. I'll help you in that if you want.
Awesome. When we have some time, I'll show you the scroll. Lulu didn't really know what it was, but maybe you do because your magic is there.
I read a ton of stuff. I probably know it.
Can your spell tell you what this is?
No.
Grunt magic!
Well, cool.
yes.
Hope that didn't burn a spell slot.
I think it burned a vicious mockery spell.
It's just mockery. Ow.
Take 1d4 psychic.
It's going to grind
So
those.
new, that's a cantrip.
It's going to
I
grind
can mock
those.
you guys all day.
It's going to grind those rations into the floor.
Yep.
Let nobody else eat them.
Was it good?
That's good. And pretty good. Didn't turn my arm into stone or all of me.
And I
Alright.
kind of poke a little bit. Yep. It's good.
I will reach into my bag and bring out four sets of rations and hand them to you. And
To me?
say, yeah, to you, and I'll say, you're going to need to have some food on you here.
What am I, Sam Gamgee? I'll carry it for you, Mr. Frodo. And I'll put those ones in my bag and...
For yourself.
Why do you keep giving him food?
Well, he really likes food, so I thought these ones were like exotic fruits and vegetables. But I should let you know that these rations sometimes they'll wither after a little while. But I have something that can help make them normal again.
I'll straight away eat another one, and then they're like, well, I wouldn't want to go to waste, so I'll keep eating.
Fortunately, the other ones I gave you, they'll last for a while, so you can just save them for a rainy day.
So you've also met up into the tree line. You're now sort of back towards the edge of the village. The sun is starting to set. The sky's gone more of an amber than a golden.
Before we continue, we should probably just reflect for ourselves. What do we think is the best course of action?
Well, we really need to go to this island that Sandar sent us to go to.
I agree.
Very important. But also, those people need to go to the pool that Luna saw. So.
See, I also agree with that. I would feel quite bad if we just left them to their fates. Particularly if, we could have a hand in potentially protecting them against threats.
Yes.
I think that's what I was trying to get at before, is those three people, they're in their fate right now.
Yes, about that. The book Sandar gave me, it had notes on the moonwells, and Luna, I believe that what you were going on about is that moonwell. It was saying, the notes in Sandar's book were saying that there was apparently still magic in them. or at least one.
I don't understand what the magic is. I just get the sense of life.
From the notes, I believe it is implied that you are actually correct. It is life.
Do you believe it might help them?
I believe there may be a chance. However, you did say that it was, multiple days travel. That's multiple days away from what we're supposed to be doing, as well as away from these people.
Out of curiosity.
Plus, we have to carry them all the way there, and it may no help.
That'll take longer.
We could get one like a cart, like we saw at we're back at Boulder's Gate.
Well, what
They
I'm...
had carts. We could get a cart. We could have a cart.
What boats were in the harbour when we...
There were almost none there. A couple of small private-looking boats.
Well,
but no ships.
You know how there aren't really any boats here, and we need to get another boat to get to a different island. So maybe if we walk across the island, hopefully the place... Which direction is the Moonwell in?
You're
You
trying to
feel
walk us
pulling, sort of a little bit north, but mainly to the west.
And I think...
Towards the centre of where you'd think the Moonshade Isles would be from climbing and seeing across.
I don't really have a map, but we need to go west anyway, so maybe if we walk across to another town and on the way we take these people to the Moonwell and then finish at a town on the other side and get the boat there and keep going. So we sort of do both in the same way.
As you mentioned map, Kyle would remember that there is a map of the Moonshade Isles.
I will bring out the book as well and show everyone.
Okay.
So you'd see that to where you're going and where you feel the pull, it would probably be more or less on the way, a little bit out of your way, but not too far.
I mean, and I close my eyes and I get the sense that it's here, maybe?
Towards the centre.
Yeah, the centre. I think that's northwest from here.
Alright, and looks like it could be on the way. Maybe a slight detour, even.
Do you know if they need to come with us because they need to be there, or is it something that we...
Was it mentioned? I can't remember.
Not mentioned, but roll an insight.
Big 6.
Not sure.
Not sure. No, I'm not sure. It's in the notes anyway, if someone could...
Koppo, you
magic
read
stuff
it,
is not my
really?
specialty.
What do you need?
Well, we've got this book that needs to be read really fast to find out if the people need to come with us, or if it's like a wishing well that you can wish someone alive.
Okay, so we got a bit of time then.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think we do. So we need to make a decision and keep that in mind that we are on a schedule.
Do you guys like travelling at night?
Oh, I got an idea. Okay, this kind of goes back to what I said before. If we get a cart and you guys are like okay with it, could I just sit in the cart and read?
Yes.
Sounds good. I could actually sit in as well. I need to do some study.
Yeah, cool. Okay, if we do that, well, look, you guys are kind of better at talking to people than I am, and I remember something that I picked up yesterday I forgot to deal with. So give me a minute. You'll love this, girl. You like fancy clothes. You're gonna love this. I'm gonna go back into that abandoned house with my backpack for a little bit.
Well, what I'm thinking is, by the way, there's the map for.
Are we going to Kayer Westfall? Is that like the town that we see?
You're not really sure where you're headed for now.
Is there like a dot on the map that says like a town is here-ish or?
No, it's just. I mean, yeah, they'd have some locations for towns.
Okay. Cool. So which you? It's not. There's only.
No, we're in a village on the outside of Snowdown, I believe.
Yeah, so we're
Just
there.
like,
But
You're at the
Yeah.
bottom of Snowdown.
Yeah, the bottom of it. Yeah.
Cool. Sweet.
So the docks come in from Boulder's Gate to the bottom of that.
Yep.
So we're at Kayer Westfall. We've got the Sword Coast Adventures card up, so we have an actual map. Kayer Westfall. Is that where we're at? Or?
Well, you're at a village.
Okay, sweet. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Brilliant.
Cal Westfall is where you would assume the castle probably is.
Well, what I was thinking, what we could almost do is maybe to save on time, leave the three with the druids of the village. Potentially, if one of them, if they manage to work it out, they could work with it.
Let's put them on a cart and bring them with us. Then
I have a
we
feeling
can
if
take
we-
care of them.
If we all know on the same island, horse no swim with cart.
Well, no, we need to travel north to get to a dock to take us further on, don't we?
You're not sure if there's docks ahead, but that would make sense.
Can Captain Dwarf take us?
Says he won't take us anymore.
Yeah, he won't take us any further.
Let's talk to York or the other one and see if they know the best place to get the ship.
Probably best idea.
So I win.
Okay.
Maybe Miggy will take us on his boat.
Miguel.
No, he gave me a note actually, Miguel. He said he has a new journey to go on and that he thinks you're already cool and you will protect me and that I will protect you. And that when I'm powerful, I can like bring him to me. It's a bit weird, but yeah, he's gone off on another boat already. Which is a bit rude. He didn't say goodbye, but it's okay.
Interesting.
So no, we can't get the boat with him. I mean, if he just asked, then we could have just like asked him to take us on his new boat. But well, oh well.
Maybe that boat's got a lot of doorways.
What?
Well, I imagine that boat is.
That comes from like inside where he's gone up to as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it's got a lot of doorways.
He's probably just muttering it under his breath.
Oh, I should talk to Ferris and see if she knows anything else.
I'm sorry to hear your brother's gone. I'm sure we'll meet him again soon.
That's okay, he's really busy. But he gave me his lucky coin.
Oh, that looks amazing.
It's all like old and battered and...
Is it like a game? Like, you know, if we flip it, is it a game like...
Kind of. So he follows this god called, I think her name is Timora. It's like a lucky god, and he would always like flick a coin to someone and be like, is it hers? And if it was, then he'd be like really happy because it was lucky, and if it wasn't, then he would be like, oh dear. But yeah, he always had this flipping, so now it's mine, I guess.
It's a good way to remember him.
Yes. Well, and I'll see him again soon.
Grunk, you ready?
What?
I'm gonna step out of the door in my best attempt at being regal. And it's like a really nice black doublet with like floral pattern all the way down the front of it. And I've got the big pendant from the Monster Hunter pack in front of me. And I'm gonna hold like my backpack in one hand and open the door and be like, pleased to meet you, Graham.
That's nice. You stole that from boats.
Yes, it's like vampire clothes. Maybe I'm a vampire.
Oh, you're so fancy now! That's so cool!
We don't see him because you're inside?
No, I've stepped out through the door.
Oh, you stepped out through the... Oh! Whoa! Did you pull that from your bag?
Yeah, no, we took it from the boat because I thought my clothes were getting a bit ratty.
They look really good.
And I sling my old ratty backpack over the back and put the straps back on over the top of the nice top. And I'm so ready. Let's go.
Luna does a nice druidic bow where, like, the arm goes up and then she does a bow as the hand goes back and goes...
So she dabs.
She dabs.
And I'll bow forward as well, but something's going to fall out of my back. Something popped on that top of the bag. Sorry. That's all right. Bye-bye.
What was it?
I have no idea.
Uh-oh.
Roll a d20.
Yeah, it looks at the DM.
7.
What fell out of your back seemed to be a very small apple. It hits the ground, you go to pick it up, and it just explodes into a tree filled with apples. Almost knocking you over as it grows.
Whoa!
Oh my god, you can create trees!
Does it stop
Are
growing?
you sure this wasn't the rations you gave me?
That is.
No, it was an apple, but that's druid!
It actually grows up under the front of the house and breaks part of the roof out and twists and comes to a
This
stop
is the
at the
abandoned house
giant
anyway, it's
tree.
fine.
I really need to figure out what that bag is.
That is very interesting.
I'm gonna pick like half of them.
Yeah, not even questioning
I
it.
don't know if you should eat those apples.
I mean,
Oh, the
straight
apple's
away.
still there?
Not even questioning it.
The tree is full
Oh,
of
wow.
apples.
Yeah, apples just start popping out. You hear the sound as they pop and just start filling the tree.
These are delicious! Everybody have one.
Only the elders in my tribe could make things like this. That's really
I will
amazing.
take one, but not eat it.
You are a
Yeah.
really, really powerful druid.
I told you, I'm a druid now.
Can you start teaching me?
Sure. I'm kind of thinking about the bag, like,
Reach into
but not right now. Because it does kind of scare me a bit now that I think of it. Simon, yes, what?
What's that?
Huh?
Can I have an apple, but I'll just put it in my bag.
Yeah, sure. I'll pick another one. Throw it to him.
I'll take a couple.
Yeah, I've already picked like 6 and put them in the bag.
Yeah. These are really good.
They look
Figure out
quite
tall
tasty.
enough to grab as many as I can.
When's the constitution saving throws? No.
Just take it.
Yep.
Very skeptical. I've written
turn
apple
into a
right
giant
into magic. No.
Apple.
then
Tree.
start dancing and rolling you away.
Remember that old TV show, Banana
so-
Man? The bad guy was Appleman?
Albert, can you find Georg again, please? Thank you, please, and thank you, please, and thank you.
He just kind of looks at you and turns his head a bit, and turns and looks to the right, and you look where he's looking, and you're just there.
Oh. You have a better passive perception than that.
He's got a few of what look like the villagers around him gathered. They're talking, deep in discussion.
You should have a word with him, actually.
Probably a good idea. Let's.
Mothman!
I offer
Okay.
him an apple. This
Man,
is made from our fellow druid.
Yeah, I'm a druid now.
Fancy druid.
Thank you.
You worked house, we're sorry.
So, York, we were thinking we would take these kind of not dead but slightly live people to one of the moonwells that Lunar found. And then,
There are no more moon wells.
well, maybe there is. So,
We have.
He sort of just stops and starts sniffing at the air, and looks between you two and starts sniffing.
I finished talking yet.
I smell a little bit like the sea.
York,
Nobody clean me, no problem.
Yes.
sorry. After that, we needed to get a ship further west. Is there a town on the west side of the island that
There's some villages in the far north.
would they have ships for?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Thanks. We will go there afterwards.
Oh, can we? This is a strange thing. Can we borrow a cart? We'll pay. I assume someone has money.
I have money for Sando's mission.
Could
yes.
we have a cart,
Could we buy a car
please?
We can provide you with one.
Thank
for
you.
free, or do
You
you
can
want?
have it.
Oh, thank you.
What we're thinking of doing is potentially taking the three to, I guess, the apparent location of a active moonwell.
Sorry, Kai. I don't think he's listening to you. Why are you staring at me weird?
Well,
Who are you?
My name's Koppodrazi.
But who are you?
That's kind
And
of.
who are you?
I'm Luna.
I'm Grunk. You didn't ask. Sorry.
I had a question though. If we take them with us, how are we going to keep them asleep and stop them from screaming?
Would just
Kai just raises his hand, cracks.
unless you have some of that magic sleep powder.
And how are we gonna fix Kai's poor fingers as well?
Oh, that's
He
okay.
casts healing word. Fingers rebend.
Do you have any of that magic sleep powder that the other lady had to put them asleep?
He nods to someone in the group. They come forward with a pouch full of it and hand it to you.
Whoa! Thank you very much.
What we're
I'm kidding.
with the information that there is apparently an active moonwell, we believe that it could help these people. The options I see here are we either help them, leave them, or end their suffering. I am for potentially two of them. Not I don't intend to leave them though.
Do what you will, but do not get in the way of nature's course.
It's not for me to judge.
Cool.
What are you going to do? Just going to sit here? Just going to sit in the village and wait?
What are we going to do about Eliza?
I will be paying her a visit shortly.
Is it the new clothes? Is that why you think I'm weird? I'd stole them from the vampire people because they didn't need them and they're bad people. But it's nice and it's comfy. Like the other ones weren't. I'm sorry. Stealing's bad. I'm sorry.
I'll step in front of. I'll just step in front of Koppo and take over the conversation again to hopefully resort in.
I'm gonna put my hood back up, which does not match the rest of the clothes, but it's pulling up.
Yeah, I'll just step in front and say, yes, no, because of this, you plan, by you mean the pack, not just you individually.
I am the pack. The pack is me.
Yes, but I assume there's going to be multiple bodies out there, not you, not just one.
We go. I go.
Okay. That fills me with a lot more confidence. You don't plan on raiding the castle per se, would you?
We will see what happens when I get there.
If you requested the help, raiding is one of my specialties. I could potentially maybe
No, Kai.
let you know.
We have.
You will just get in the way, boy.
Well, no, I was just going to maybe leave you with a few tips. Spent
I think
4 years
we
doing
have
this.
We have millennia of knowledge.
I mean, I figured, but The offer is there. Well,
You start staring very intently at the flower in your hair.
Sorry to.
Reaction? Is there a reaction?
You feel a very slight pull in your hair.
Now that I realise that's what he's doing, I'm going to step in front of Luna.
Sorry to disturb you and waste your time. We'll just grab a card and go. Your son just gave me a bit.
You'll find out in the north of the village.
Thank you very much. Best of luck with the vampire band leader lady.
A look of recognition all of a sudden passes across his face. And his face softens for a moment before going back to being hard. He says, look after them, Guardian. They'll need it.
Okay, I will.
See, that's why he doesn't recognise you, because you're a really powerful druid
would you happen to
now.
know potentially a woman named Shay?
Shay, yes.
That list, that ledger we found on the ship, from what I can tell, her name was next.
There will be no next.
I would imagine, but if
Right,
it's
start.
any information that you can use,
There will be no need anymore. We end this.
if you insist.
I do.
Would you like an apple?
You're gonna.
He already had one, didn't he?
Yeah, I did. Dinner that apple. And some paper.
Okay. Yes, I will take another. Takes one. As he does, he touches your hand and you feel a sharp electric shock almost and then just disappears.
Yeah! What?
Can I see anything?
Wait, are you okay? Did I do that to you? I'm sorry.
Best be off then. You see he's now wearing what looks like a very long fur cloak, and he pulls the hood up and it's the head of a wolf, and as he does so his face just melds with it and he drops to all fours as a giant wolf.
The god wolf again.
And you hear him howl very loudly and you see just wolves winding their way out of the tree with him.
Okay, let's go to the north of the village.
I try and mimic it.
Gonna take 5.
I just stares to walk
The
down.
wolves start walking past and kind of look at you and just keep walking.
Gonna take 5 apples out and lay them out on the ground.
Puppies.
Now that they're wolves, they're ignoring it.
Well, they're there if you get hungry and come back.
You see now the storm clouds overhead have thickened and darkened, they're moving over the top of you, and you feel some tiny drops as you look at down, snow starting to cover you.
Maybe we should spend
Snow.
the night here.
And the wolves start padding off, and you watch as they meld into the darkness and their fur goes from black to a snow white before disappearing into the night.
I want to be like them one day.
And that is where we're going to go to break. So thanks everyone for watching, and we will be back soon. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you, Lord.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are back as well. So, before we get started, we are going to see if Grunk can fit all the dice in his mouth, because he did miss out on one before.
One at a time, let's do this painstakingly slowly.
It's not funny.
It's going to be secret. Stay tuned.
Alright, so where we left off, Jorg has taken what looks like a pack of wolves and direwolves off into the darkness, and you are left standing somewhat confused, but with direction. However, it is snowing now.
Well, I say we at least head back to the village, get sorted there.
And the cart. Maybe we should leave.
When you're in the village.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Well, perhaps we should probably go acquire this cart.
Do you want to stay the night here though? Because it's cold and dark, and we can leave in the morning when we're all fresh and ready to go.
Thought we all had a pretty good rest.
I'm good to go whenever. I'm going to leave
But
this
it's
to
kind
the
of,
group.
isn't it dangerous to go in the dark?
Yeah, well,
And then we were like, we don't want to.
we took on a bunch of vampires underlings, did we not?
Yeah, but that was horrible. I was so tired, and then we don't want to like sleep during the day and travel at night. That's kind of dumb. We should try and.
Small
No.
boy has point. Can't don't move good in snow.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, that's probably why we should go sooner rather than later in case it snows a lot.
I don't want to camp but then we'll just have to camp shortly afterwards for the night, you know. Otherwise, we always sleep in day and then we always travel at night, and that would be really weird.
I'm honestly quite happy to just go all night and even through the day, and then I'll sleep the next time.
Oh man, friends, make decision. Pick up.
Well, if you want to have a rest, Simon, then you can rest on the cart, and I'll read the book that we need to read, and Luna and Grunk and Kai can help move the cart. I can help too.
Okay.
If you want. But I figure we need this book read, so.
Did Wolfman say we have horses? If Grunk have to pull cart in snow.
Didn't say. Said there was a cart.
Let's go and find the cart.
So you move towards the top of this village.
Please.
You leave, and it's what would be a dirt path usually is now covered in snow, but it's fairly clear through the large palm trees. You're all getting quite cold now.
Tighten up the coat.
Well,
Actually, no.
Most of you are getting quite cold.
I get
Fancy
close to
coat,
the
good idea now, weird boy.
Yeah.
Boy made a
Yeah,
fire
and a
and
couple
warm
of-
his coat.
And it doesn't take too long until you come to a clearing where there are some large stables. A number of carts set there, look fairly well maintained. There are horses in there.
Horses! Elf lady, look, horse friends.
They look very very tame. They sort of, as you pat them, they put their head forward for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up.
I give it an apple.
It very happily eats it out of your hand.
Apple to horses.
They all start eating these apples.
Come on, I don't have enough apples.
While they're
That's
doing
right.
I'm
that,
just gonna feed them the entire thing.
while they're doing that, I'm gonna look for potentially someone around so we can organise a cart.
Yeah.
Whoa. I heard thunder.
Yeah, the storm's really closing in. The snow's coming, but you can hear the thunder in the background, as well as heavy rains mixing in with snow flurry.
Oh,
Perhaps maybe look for a coat. I don't
Well-
know if I'll survive much out here.
What we can do is we can rest for the night and just head out early in the morning.
Alright.
I think that's a good idea. This storm will be not as bad then.
Well, we'll see.
We need to find someone to take the cart and horses from low. Let them know that Jorg said we could have them. Hello?
If there's a door, I will knock.
Yep, you knock. You do see some light coming from around the edges of the door. There's obviously someone inside.
while we're outside, I was going to take the winter coat off the top of my bag and put it around Luna as well.
Oh, thank you. You don't need it.
It's like really big and warm and clearly doesn't fit me.
So you knock on the door. There's no answer.
Hello? Jorg sent us to pick up a cart and horses for the three deathly peoples.
Still no response as you're talking.
Is it
I'm
like
gonna
a
try the door.
Like,
It's unlocked.
It's unlocked.
Going in.
Hello? Okay.
You see a man on the ground.
Uh-oh.
You see his chest sort of rising and falling. He's snoring a little bit.
Oh.
Does he look?
Does it look hurt?
Yeah. Hurt?
Doesn't look hurt.
Oh. Why are you
Roll
sleeping
a
on the floor?
perception, the two that went in first.
15.
8 or 10.
So you're worried that this man's hurt on the ground. You notice that there's a few empty bottles around him.
Oh, that makes sense. Well then,
What makes sense?
oh, he's had a bit to drink.
Also,
Yeah.
as you look around, it looks like this is probably where he lives. It's not very well kept, though.
And he's a bachelor.
So these druids elves, are they?
Human.
Yep,
Well,
I mistake them
most-
as elves.
Yeah, I just assumed like last session. I think.
Come on, not all elves, mate.
You don't pay
My
attention.
bad.
Not all
Oh,
druids.
Do we wake him up?
Yeah, I'm just going to sort of kneel down, lightly tap him in the face. You alright, mate?
He sort of like turns his head slightly. You see his eyes just tear stained from crying.
I need the bottle.
Are you okay?
Tear stain from
Yes.
rolling.
I'm fine.
Look like you're having a big night.
Yeah,
You okay?
I'm fine.
Insight check.
Yeah,
8. Solid 8.
he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Definitely.
He's fine, yeah. I don't know why I asked.
That's probably like a DC of 1. He's obviously been crying all night, surrounded by empty alcohol bottles.
Yes. Just trying to figure out why. Actually, if I look around, does it look like there's any sign of anyone else living here or potentially was living here?
Yeah, there is signs that there's one part of the house as you'll find that's been kept very well. It seems to have a large axe propped up against the wall and a winter coat.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's been maintained when nothing else has been.
Jorg sent us, he said we could take a cart and some horses to essentially help out the 3 peoples who have been retrieved from the vampire's ship.
Okay. He sort of sits up a bit.
I'm going to kneel down next to him. Quite, like, not uncomfortable close, but close to him. Are you alright?
No,
What happened?
they took him. My husband. I don't know what they did with him, but he's been gone weeks.
Well, we've got some people in the village. There were men.
You were?
Maybe he's one of them. What did he look like?
He was taken by them.
No, York said that they weren't their people. They were.
It's true.
Oh.
Your husband is, was he a warrior perchance?
Hunter. As you look around, you see there's fairly meagre rations. It looks like proper meals haven't been prepared here for some time.
I will pull out the platinum piece that Santa gave us. This is for helping us with the cart and the horse.
I don't need that. That's fine.
York, he's powerful now. He's going to make things better. Maybe he will find your husband.
No. I've given up hope. Perhaps he will help others. I hope for them.
Perhaps you could help others.
Maybe one day, when I'm ready.
You're already helping us.
Thank you.
What do you need?
Well, probably a cart, some horses to pull it as well. We plan on travelling north, to the north of the islands. We need to continue our journey.
I can help with that.
Can I look around in the room at all and see if there's any sign of any kind of memory or picture or something of what his husband might have looked like, or anything that could have signified any kind of colours that are around? My aim is to make a flower for him.
I mean, the only thing you can see that's been well kept is the large double-headed axe sitting in the corner with a fur coat.
Does that coat look anything like my coat?
Your coat?
The one that Luna's wearing at the moment?
Well, it's similar. It's a fur-lined coat.
Okay.
It's the coat of a hunter. I mean, you probably would have seen them in the travels. They're fairly common. It's obvious it's got significance because it's his husband. It's not because of what it is.
There's no trophy animals on the walls.
No.
Okay. Alright. I will druid craft a lily exactly like the one I have in here. And I will say and give it to him, and I said, well, I've kind of lost someone too, and this flower helps me remind them of them.
He sort of says it and looks at him. Thank you. Very sweet.
I hope it gives you some comfort in the loneliness.
Yes, there'll be plenty of this.
Anyway,
He sort of comes to the stand, swaying a little bit. I'll get the horses ready for you.
I'll help. I know my way around a little bit.
He sort of walks to the door and looks around. He's like, "You're going tonight?"
No, we'll probably stay the night, but we want to be ready to head off early in the morning.
I'll have them ready for you.
Simon,
Yes.
do you think we could help clean up?
Of course. Yes. I will put that in paste on a table or something for him. And then, yeah, I'll drop around and just press digitate, clean, and mend anything that needs mending.
I will
Same.
be outside with him helping.
He starts protesting. Just, it's fine, please don't bother.
I really don't like getting things and not paying for them in some way.
Me too.
So if you won't take money, then you'll take our services, sir.
Kai sort of just walks up and says, it's just what we do. Let's go. I want help with the horses.
My Shahana's like that. He's a good man.
Grunk can help with you too.
Why don't you tell me about him while we work?
He was a hunter, one of the best. Never went hungry with him yet.
I'm sure.
He cared for me. I used to care for myself, but I can't find it in me anymore.
Well, we've all suffered loss, but I may not be able to relate to the same level of loss that you've had, but I've lost people dear to me as well, partially through my own doing, but partially through the doing of others. I'll sort of rest my hand over the left shoulder, rest my hand over the hole in the armor, and I'll just a friend very dear to me. We fought on the battlefield together. As we were ambushed by a raiding party, we fought from the back, we fought them away, but they took us by surprise. As I was holding my section of the camp, one of the lizard men snuck up on me, and this person dear to me, he threw himself in front of the spear as it charged.
That sounds horrible.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
After that, I simply just threw him off of me and leapt back into the fray, and that's all that mattered, was to protect the rest of the camp. After I say we repelled them, they ran off with all our supplies more than anything. But after the battle, I came back to him. He was just laying there in the mud, spear still sticking out of him. I collected him in my arms, and we exchanged a few final words. Since then, I have always been less fond of loss, to say the least. But I found that even in the times where I thought of just giving up hope and not doing anything, just giving it all up, I found the strength within me to carry on, because there were other things that I looked to in the future, and it drove me forwards, allowed me to continue on through the sorrow.
Well, I'm glad to see it looks like you've come out the other side.
Not yet, but I'm getting there. Still have a few things I need to tie up first. The moral of this story, I'm not the best with words, but the moral of this story is, even when all hope just seems gone, just look for the things that make you happy, and make you want to experience them more, and just keep focusing on those.
You see his eyes just sort of flicker to the corner of the room with this battle axe leant against the wall. And flicker back to you.
Whatever they may be, I found that by working towards those, you'll never forget the past. You will never forget, what happened or
I'll
anything
never
like
forget
that.
him, I don't
No,
know.
but that's not a bad thing. Memories are a way of keeping those we've lost alive, and if they're powerful enough, they drive us to fight for what we want, I guess.
Well, the teachings of Eldath tell us those that are past are still with us, but I just can't feel him anymore.
Perhaps that's because he has not passed.
A beautiful dream, to be sure.
Whether it be a dream or reality, either way, all I can do is offer my condolences, and if you could give us any information, if we ever, just on the off chance that I guess we're writing with the right ink or a pearl falls our way and we happen to come across him, I'm sure we can do our best if we find him to hopefully let him know that you're still fighting for him.
He'd know.
And if not, then then perhaps if he is in a pickle, we can try and help him out. But all we can do is offer. It's up to you to make the choice.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, but I really should get some rest. I have
Yes,
to
we
be up
should.
early to ready the horses.
Well, what time? I want to help as best I can.
Please, leave me with some purpose.
Fair enough.
I appreciate the offer, sir.
It's what I do.
So you all finish cleaning up the house, tidying up, getting it ready?
Grunk was just standing there awkwardly. Monologue. Right.
A little bit of tomato sauce still on his tusk.
Grunk, can I get your help with something?
What?
I need, just look around without the other guy hearing. Just find some wood, please.
Yeah, he's got a fireplace here. There is a pile of wood sort of just around the corner from where you were standing, hidden a little bit by the stone hearth sticking out.
Can you play me a little song while I try something? Just because I figure I'm going to need inspiration for this. So in that list of spells you gave us before, there was a cantrip called Vessel.
Okay. I'm not 100% familiar with them yet, so I'm going to let you tell us
That's
how
right,
it
I'll
plays
read it
out.
out to you. You can't...
No, just tell us how it plays out.
Okay, sure.
Paint us
So-
a word picture.
Yeah. So
Now
what I
roll
want
for
to do
it
is take the thickest piece of wood from the fireplace, and I want to shape it, probably with fire. Let's be honest, to make like a charred wood little image of a hunter
Mm-hmm.
with a big axe, and the end of the axe is hollowed out. I'm going to put Linda's flower in the end of that, like a vase.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
just really want, that's why I wanted a bit of inspiration to make sure this comes out good.
Yep.
I want to have a nice vessel to put on the bench. There's no pictures of the person, is there?
No.
Okay, once they've finished their conversation and I've started to do this, I'm going to cover it so you can't see it. But sorry, what's your name, sir?
I'm Farin.
Can you please describe your husband to the best detail you can think of?
He was a tall man, broad in the shoulders as you have to be for a good hunter.
So looking away, my eyes are red. There's probably fire coming up because I'm concentrating so hard on doing this and just using the heat of my hands to push and shape the wood and listening to Grunk's little ditty.
And he had his head was bald. He had a large moustache though.
So I concentrate on making it look like me, and then I think of hair, and I don't really know how that works, but I'm just going to put that in the spot and keep working on it.
And the most lovely smile I've ever seen.
There's a tusks because I have the most lovely smile I've ever seen. So he's just shaping it after me.
It's the most lovely smile I've seen today, and it's.
Oh, wait, I can just use disguise stuff and then make love to him one last time.
Oh, okay then.
I can actually do that.
Pretty well perception.
I get distracted mid-pass now.
Roll seduction.
So yeah, I'll just keep shaping it away.
Roll a d20 with your bonuses.
Of.
I will let you choose between Arcana
Yeah.
or Performance or Perception.
I'll take Arcana. 18 plus 3, so 21.
And you had
And
Inspiration.
inspiration?
What are they now?
Six. Oh, sorry.
24 total.
So you finish listening to him. In your head, you just feel this picture being painted from his description, his passion. And you feel like you're probably done.
Okay,
So
so
you
it's
feel the wood's burning away under your hands, just sculpting it like clay under your fingers.
So at the end, it's mainly black, but there's timber underneath, sort of thing, and the shaft of the axe is hollowed out, and I'll ask for Luna's flower to be brought over, and take a little bit of water out of my water skin that's not from my bag,
That's the goal disastrous.
Yeah.
and pour it in to the end of it, and then place the flower in it and turn around and present it to
Just
him.
melt some snow.
He looks finished. Thank you.
I know you didn't want to be paid, but obviously important to you, and I don't want you to be left with nothing.
Thank you. I think I need to be alone.
Farron,
Alright.
before we go, what was your husband's name?
Shahan. My Shahan, as he looks down at the vase that's actually surprisingly accurate.
Wherever Shahan may be, I'm sure he looks very happily upon you.
I can only hope. Thank you. He goes over to his bed, and there's a small shelf where he places it up above, and sits down and just starts crying into his hands.
Leaves.
That was after I go outside, not in front of him. That was oh shit, I'm crying. Sorry.
Just gonna stand in the rain with my hood down, staring at it.
That was really beautiful. That was amazing.
I used to do that when I had some free time.
Good job, weird boy.
Thank you for your help, Grunk.
Pat him on the shoulder just like I did in real life.
Excellent demonstration.
How much damage do I take?
Do we begin walking?
As well, because I figured Luna's looking at me at this point. I'm standing outside with my hood off. You're noticing that the rain's splashing on my head, but not quite
snow.
splashing on my head.
You know the difference between rain and snow, right?
Yes.
There are
No,
some pockets of rain.
Right.
It's like splashing just above, like not quite hitting my head.
At the moment, I'm just staring into your eyes with just like tears and just going, oh.
If we're walking, I just wanted to pull Koppo back, but we'll wait till we're walking.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Koppo, about what you were asking earlier, what you just did there, I think that just goes to show that you are a good person.
Thank you.
So you shouldn't worry too much. And stay strong, I guess.
Tense my muscles.
Yeah, like that.
But under the doublet, you can't see.
Behind me, just a hulking figure of Grunk.
Yeah.
So you make your way back into town to the abandoned house. It's cold and fairly miserable walking back, but you get there safely.
I'll start drying people off if they want when we get back.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off my cloak and just hold it up to you.
Okay.
In this abandoned house, there is a stone hearth. It's fairly obvious that in the winters here it gets quite cold. And there is still some timber next to the hearth.
Now that looks like a very
Far
good
enough from the
idea.
hole in the roof that we made with the tree.
That's sort of, I guess, equivalent of a veranda,
It's like a balcony.
you broke through.
It was an extension.
And the apples are still growing thick and fast. They're
Okay.
covering the tree now.
Yeah, at this point,
I'll
I'd
eat some more apples.
I
Yeah.
would like to try and make a fire like you do, Koppo. I have been
Yeah.
thinking about ways I could do it, so let me try.
All he does is I'm going to scoot to the very opposite corner of where the hearth is, just because
Yep.
he's a cop of fire.
Good idea.
Concentrate and make the symbol.
we're actually probably doing it.
Make a symbol of Azuth because I'm not sure what specific somatic components there should be, and say something to the effect of Ignis is yet, and try and shoot fire into the house. I'm not sure what kind of spell it would be, but something fire.
Roll a d20.
Awesome. Oh, a 19!
You throw fire into there, and as you do, a beam just shoots out of your hand.
Oh!
And out of your thumb and small finger, another 2 beams shoot in, and it explodes.
Oh,
And then it blasts all the debris out, but then it does catch, and there are a couple of smouldering logs sitting on the floor.
Oh, I will start putting twigs and things. Oh! Whoa, that was really close!
Very
Whoa!
cool.
That was different to how you do it, but
Well, I'm actually impressed. I can't do that out of my hands.
Oh,
My
yeah.
hands just do like a big gout of flame, not like a bolt. That's cool. I can only do that in my throat.
Oh, that's kind of scary. But yeah, I was trying to think about ways it would work for me, but it's working.
If you concentrate really hard and you just go, fire, it works for me.
I mean, I tried that,
But
but
don't concentrate too hard because then weird stuff happens.
no, I tried the way you did it, but it didn't work. So I had to try and think about ways of like, when I do it, I have to think about like making the symbols and then like pulling threads from the weave and then like focusing on like which school it would probably be, which I think is probably conjuration, like conjuring fire, but it's so complex.
I'm just gonna walk out and put my hand on his shoulder and it would be surprisingly cool for what you're expecting of me.
Yeah, I don't.
Simon,
Yes?
sometimes you just have to wing it. And you did, and it worked.
Actually, I've been trying to do that for a while. It hasn't been working until now. But thank you.
Adventuring.
Meanwhile, I've put an apple on a stick, camped down by the fire, and stuck it in just to roast it a little
I
bit.
was just going to say, as Grunk and Kai are both in the corner just sitting back watching, Kai says to Grunk, hey Grunk, there's a few things that I've been wanting to work on with my martial abilities, and you seem like a excellent stature of physical might. Would you like to spar with me? We can both learn, I guess.
Right now, in store.
No, not right now. When we get spare time.
Because I would totally be down for that.
Oh yeah.
It's got special fighting circumstances mid-storm.
Yes.
Advantage on all attacks plus a d12 to all damage.
For slip.
Cold damage.
But, Grunk, if you don't mind, I know a little bit about how Luna casts magic and how Koppo makes magic things happen.
You know about how I do. I don't know how I do it.
No, but you do it different from me and Luna. But Grunk, you do magic sometimes. How does it work for you? Like, I don't see you doing all the studying and stuff that I do, but these two have different magics. How does yours work?
Well, Grunk grew up in mines. Mines very much like prisons. Every day, work. Every night, people fight. Because everyone's slave. Everyone prisoner. They just want to feel more powerful than each other. And many are dumb. They grow up no learning, no books. They just fight. And they fight on Grunk. Grunk doesn't want to fight. One day just click. Grunk's brain does funny things. Grunk see things. Grunk learn tricks, brain tricks. Others can't do. Can change himself to turn into other things. And I don't know how, don't know where. Grunk speak to animals, and animals lead him away.
That's really sad and really cool at the same time. Wow.
Don't know how magic came, but save Grunk.
Are all your people slaves?
Not my people. Lots of different people. Grunk was taken from parents, sold to mines. Lots of orcs there, dwarves too. But no humans or elves. They own mines, they don't work there. Only stronger ones work there. Smarter ones own it.
Do you?
Grunk ran away. Grunk don't have people. You Grunk people.
You're very smart, Grunk. You should own mine.
No own people. Not on people or animals.
I like that.
You know, I was actually taken from my family when I was little as well. I wasn't sold, not really, but I sort of a little bit know what it's like. I missed them lots at first, but I got to visit them sometimes.
Who took you?
Well, sort of my family sort of took me away from my home to another place where I studied. It was nicer there, but I missed my family a bit at first. But I got used to it, and I was allowed to see them like a couple of times a year for like my birthday and things.
Oh, I know what a birthday is.
Yeah, it's a special time. So, but yeah, it was a bit sad.
Well, we won't take you anywhere.
That's okay. I like going places now.
Kai leaves the building and goes for a walk.
Yeah. So you just see Kai pull his cloak on and pull the hood up on his face and
Where are
disappear
you
into the
going?
darkness.
He just doesn't say anything, just walks.
Oh dear.
Does he do that often?
Sometimes when we were talking, like before, when I first left Candlekeep, he would just sort of get really quiet sometimes and need to think about things. He has had a little bit of a tricky life before he found me. It was hard. But I don't know too much.
I think we should go see if he's okay.
He'll come back soon. I think he likes to be alone sometimes with me.
I can understand that.
Warm in here, cold out there. He's silly for going in the rain.
Hey, Grunk, do you like books?
Grunk not know how to read.
Do you want me to teach you how to read? Or just read you a book?
Grunk will have a look.
Do you want to know,
read.
real facts, or do you want to know stories?
Yeah, let's know stories. I just like stories.
So I'm just going to keep going. Like, I've been reading that, the Morahei book, so I'm just going to keep going on that from where I was and read you the story from where I'm at and onwards.
We're resting. Can I play my magic song?
You will be able to before you head out next door tonight.
You can play while I'm reading to you.
Something's going to happen.
When a party member casts a spell for the first time that day, does not use a spell slot.
Ooh.
Gets a free spell.
Everyone gets a free spell, in fact.
Oh.
If everyone heard it.
What's going to be when it comes to
Luckily,
time?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I miss out, but I don't!
Magic song! Play the magic song!
Your song is magical. I will probably get out my scroll identify again and start continuing the inscription
Oh.
of my spellbook.
Do you want some help with that?
Oh yes, please. Luna was helping me before. Do you want to help me again?
I might try and not do dirt this time, but I might try it with this leaf, and that might help.
Cool.
So you do your thing,
This is so
I'll
cool.
stand over here.
We'll do it magic
Can
together.
you help too?
Yeah, I was going to read the book, the scroll that he had.
What do you
I'll try
think
and enhance
it
his
says?
ability
And I'll
again.
put it out
Second
and get my spellbook out. And be like, see, these are the symbols I always have to like visualize and think about, and they represent parts of the leaves and different schools. I think this one is like about seeing like divination kind of magic, which is a really tricky one for me. I was never good at divination.
And the page is gonna glow a little bit
Oh,
as my
don't-
eyes blink inwards
don't.
and go red and a bit flamey, so I can look within every language I know.
Oh,
I see.
Nothing in those languages. Roll, if you want to try and
Yeah.
read it though, roll a d20.
don't set on fire, please.
So some of the sigils start warping and changing in vision, but none of them make any sense as they sort of come together.
I don't think I can read that language.
Grunk, try and read?
No, it's not really. Oh, if you want, it's not really a language. It's more of like, sort of, wizards have like this, it's like symbols and things that make sense and interpret magic for them. But every wizard has different symbols, and standards are really complex. So I'm trying to like put it in my own writing. Oh, it's exhausting. But
Alright.
I've made this much progress so far.
What does it do?
It's supposed to tell me what this amulet necklace thing is that someone gave me. And I think I can use it for all other objects as well. It like tells you what it is. If it's like magical or mystery or something.
I don't know how it works, but I'm going to take off the pendant I've got as well and put it in his hand as well, so he's got both the pendants.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to put my hand on the back of his head,
Oh.
and I'm going to really concentrate on
Don't burn me, please.
identifying what they are.
Roll a d20.
I'm just trying to assist him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. Roll a
And I'll
d20.
try my enhanced ability.
4 again!
Don't burn my head, please.
Roll a d20.
And Lord's Death Train! That's 12.
When inspiring.
Second level spell.
Roll 2 d20s.
Alright. Do I get inspiration from
Yes. So it's
Had a
d6.
couple.
What's the highest first?
7.
Plus 4 from the inspiration. So that's like a 13 total, I guess.
Start whistling through the leaf.
So yeah, you start transcribing it, and you're just starting to get it now.
Oh, you're really helping! Oh, you guys are so good at this! Oh, alright, here we go.
With our magic combined.
That one is...
This is an amulet.
Roll 1 more d20 for me.
Uh-oh.
15.
What's your Arcana score?
Arcana is 7.
So over 20? Yep, cool. You finish transcribing the spell.
Yes! Whoa! Oh, I got it, guys. I can't really cast it yet, but I know how to do it now. I need a really big pearl and the feather of an owl.
Oh, I'll go outside and look for one.
Is it worth looking in my bag?
It's up to you. It's your bag.
I'm gonna look
Okay.
for a pearl.
Yep.
14.
There's a pearl in there. It's fairly large and completely jet black.
I reckon I saw one in the bag. I'm pretty sure it might have been a marble, but I think it's a pearl.
But will it like get really big or turn it into apples or something?
That's the beauty. I have no idea. I'm gonna pull it out.
D20.
Come on, Lord Death Train!
18.
Yep. So he hands it to you. It looks very lustrous. The divots in it catching a little bit in the firelight.
Oh, this is really, really beautiful. Thank you, Koppo.
That's alright. Hope it helps.
Awesome. Does it seem to be worth at least 100 gold pieces?
Probably worth quite a lot more.
Whoa, this is definitely going to work. I just need that feather.
I've already run outside to listen for the feather and maybe
Can
bump
walk-
into Kai.
Can Hawk Friend find out?
Oh, that'd be frightening.
Oh, sure, Elbaz. No, I don't want to send them out in the storm though. Maybe in the morning.
Luna's outside going like listening for owls.
For starting to shake a little bit, realizing how cold it is.
Oh, I put the jacket on and go, okay, I've got to find out thingy. And I'll go out and start listening for owls and see if I can.
Does she see Kai?
I can't ask this because I'm only the player. Could she roll a perception check maybe?
Yeah.
Because Kaya has gone off a fair way.
If you've
but
gone
I
a
did-
fair way and she's just gone outside the
it's more. I did roll. I'm rolling for something, and essentially I rolled really high, which means there would be a noise.
Thank you, Laura. I
So-
just got a natural 20.
I mean,
That's
So you,
That's
I would leave that to DM's discretion.
Is that comp? That looks pretty flat.
you don't see Kai, but you do see footprints in the snow leading away.
You probably also hear a very loud thud.
Oh,
Which does not sound like an owl.
that's not an owl.
So she doesn't go after it.
They roll.
Not an owl. Go on. I will continue towards the sound.
Yep.
Hello?
Essentially, as you get closer and closer, you will just hear methodic thudding, just getting louder and louder, and eventually you will come to a point where you just see Kai. Essentially, he's stripped off everything of his top half, he's wearing very little, and he's just beating a tree. Yeah, you can see there are definitely blood all over his knuckles, and
And
he's
was
just...
a tree.
Yeah, definitely. There'd be a big split. Nothing on top. Everything's to the side, basically. He's not completely naked.
Probably the wrong person to find you punching.
True.
It's okay. Come on, we'll repay that later.
But he's currently laying in a tree and nothing seems to be.
He's in the middle of his Rocky montage, basically.
I'm so glad I'm not there. I'll be like, he's making a tree bleed, Luna!
Yeah!
doing that?
You're a druid.
So anyway, you see him punching this tree in the darkness with no moonlight, no starlight, just these dark clouds. You just see glints of him as he's swinging, and just this dark splash of blood as his fists draw back each time.
I'll just approach him softly, quietly. When I get close, if it's at a time, I'll put my hand on his shoulder and say, "Hi."
Hi. Sorry.
I'm gonna take off the jacket that's on me and just put it over him.
I'll put it back over you. No, I'm alright. I'm actually quite warm.
What's happening?
I've got a few things on my mind. This appears to be one of the only ways, just staring dead at the tree and the bloodstains on it. This is sometimes the only way that I can think. I'm just staring dead at it.
So I want to like reach out for your hands
You let you take.
and I'll cast. Which one did I quit? Healing word or cure? Sorry, I need to see which one I'm thinking today. Healing word.
Yep.
And cast healing word on them.
Roll
Yeah.
for the tree to find out.
And try and cover up and say.
That's 20.
That's what I was going for.
On the tree.
Of course. Leave his bloody knuckles on that.
Cure wounds at third level.
This won't heal any of the pain inside.
Nothing does. At least now I won't have to hide these from everyone. Thank you.
Is this something you do often?
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say often, I guess. But no, thank you. And yeah, that's probably only going to go away after a couple of things.
Do you want to talk about it?
Looks up at the storm. Now's probably not the best time.
It's the best time. It's quiet.
Well, I mean, yeah, but we should also be resting because we're going to be leaving early in the morning.
Roll a perception for me.
Wait, is it now?
Yeah, but
18.
It is. In this storm, you see a few snowy white owls nestled into the branches around the area.
Guy just looks up at them and stares at them until she notices. Because he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
You see one sort of tuck its head in and shake its feathers, a bit of snow falling off as it tucks into a branch.
I will cast the spell, speaking with animals, not spending time to do it.
That's a level 1 spell, so you know it.
Yeah, I know that. I know speak with animals.
and
it's
it
a
doesn't
quick-
take a spell slot.
I don't think anyone.
No, she didn't. He used the first spell though.
No, every person
Everyone gets one.
gets one free spell slot.
okay.
So the healing word with.
Okay, so one spell
Use
slot.
that though. So, yeah.
And I'll. Sorry. Simon needs a feather. Hello.
You see these large eyes.
I'm
go
just going to start gathering my things and putting my shit back on because it's getting cold.
Yes. Hello. My friend would really like a feather if we could have one.
Why are you speaking like that?
Because I don't know how to do this yet. You're very beautiful. I love your feathers.
Fluffing up its feathers and shakes it out, and you see a few small white feathers fluff down.
I try and catch a couple. Thank you very much. And I drew a flower for it. I go, ooh, it's going to be hard to get back up there. I will leave this for you here. Thank you very much. My friend will very much look after them. Woo!
Thank you for talking with me.
I can sit here and talk for 10 minutes. And I'll have a small conversation while
Perfect amount of time for Guy to get everything back on.
While the owls try to sleep, yeah, great.
I am sleeping at night time.
2 minutes just enough for one more tragic backstory. What you got, Al?
And I was in
Which I still am.
wolves ate my children.
Fuck. That's the circle of life. It's perfectly fine.
Oh, okay, good.
Our thing and just kind of being entranced by Kai punching, just noticing he's down to thing. I'll kind of I'm just talking with the mind. And trying to talk back and saying what we're talking about, but you hear.
Guy's just at this point just continues getting his stuff back on.
Because I'm stupid and I still haven't figured out I can talk common yet without Koppo with the message. Thank you. And once we're done, we'll head back in and I'll go, Simon, I got feathers, I got my feathers.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
And I put one in my hair.
Oh, hi, Kai. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
As you put it in your hair, you feel just sort of pulled into place a little bit and sits upright.
I thought you might like that.
I did
Go for
very
it.
much. Thank you. So, okay, these guys helped me learn this spell that Sandar gave me. Watch this. Ready? I'll take the amulet that Sandar gave me, put it on the ground, and I'll start moving my hand with the feather. Idantatem, and the feather will start floating. I'll pull out the pearl and start sort of like moving it around the thing for a minute, and then eventually it will tell me all the magic stuff about it.
So you have read the spell, you've transcribed it, which means taking it happens instantly.
Oh,
And immediately you know that this is a pendant of spirit transformation. It's nothing you've ever heard of before. But immediately you know that when Elbaz has landed on you, you can hold this and focus, and you can turn into a replica of him.
I can turn it to Elvis?
Yep.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, this is an incredible gift.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Elvis, here, come, land on my shoulder. And I'll pull Elvis up, and I'll hold it.
And you see Simon just start shrinking, and feathers spreading across him as he very rapidly shrinks down to the size of a bird, identical to Elbaz.
Grunk, you're a druid. Luna, you're a druid. Me, I'm a druid. Simon's a druid too. Kai, become a druid quick.
I will try and talk to Elvis.
Yep.
Can you understand me now?
I can, yes.
Elvis, this is incredible. Whoa! I'm going to try right, and I'll haphazardly fly around the room.
Probably 20.
Yes!
That's a 17.
Yeah, you managed to get the hang of it fairly quickly. It's not much space in here, but you do flip from post to post.
I will bounce back if I will try to turn back into Simon.
Yep.
Can I?
As you focus, you just come out holding the pendant in your hand on the floor, sitting down.
Oh my god.
Can you do it like again? Like straight after?
Maybe. I will try. Elvis.
And you start shrinking.
Oh.
What?
Does that hurt?
Not really. It
Can
feels
Grunk try?
really tickly. Okay. I will give him the pendant. And then, Elvis, go and land on his shoulder. I'll think really hard about being my bird.
There was a very intense-looking half-orc clutching at a pendant.
I think he has to be your spirit.
Oh.
Sorry. Does it require shame?
Darn.
No.
Yes! Awesome.
Guy gestures to the pearl and says, "What luck?"
Yeah, that's really cool. Now I can fly as well as him.
So you can know what things are now, right?
Yes! Oh, I can...
I've got some stuff.
Oh, pass me your bag. I will just do it on your whole bag.
So I'll pass the bag over, put the pendant next to it, and the dagger next to it, because they're the important ones I want to know about. The bag, I'm not sure what sort of read you're going to get on that.
Okay, what do you want to know about first, the most?
Look, this dagger's really weird. It feels weird when I hold it, and I'm sure there's something to it, and I want to know what it is. And the pendant, I kind of just like it, and I'm sure there's got something cool about it. I don't know.
Okay, I will try the dagger first then.
Thank you. Please.
It will take me a minute, so hold on, and I will repeat ritual.
It does not take a minute.
Ah, what?
Happens instantly.
What?
Roll a wisdom save for me.
Oh, what have you done to me? Stop killing my character! That would be a straight 13.
Oof. So you start casting Identify, and you know that the magical properties usually just start flooding into your head and you just know things. This time, your vision goes black and you see a very strange looking woman from behind turn and look at you, and her sunken black eyes seem to sink into her face as blood starts streaming out. She just screams and then disappears. But you can't see.
Kai immediately rushes, slides in, and makes sure he's stable.
What is it?
I think it would have happened.
Does he look distressed at the situation?
I would imagine so.
I will try to, I will blink a few times.
I'm going to go over and pull the dagger out of his grasp.
So it didn't work very well, and I can't see right now. It's a bit weird. Hold on, it'll come back in a second.
While that happens, I want to panic and try second level spell, which I don't know yet. lesser restoration, but I've never tried it before.
Yep.
Well, it's
Everyone
gone.
freaking out. It'll be fine in a second.
He's not holding the dagger anymore. I've taken that away.
It'll be fine. I'll just keep linking. Do I see anything?
Not yet.
Less that we don't trust you, more that we have.
It's alright. It'll be good soon. Okay. I'll try looking through Elbaz's eyes for a bit.
Yep. You don't see anything.
The nutty?
About 20.
The nutty?
Ah, I got an extra 20 on restoration! I just touch him and I go,
And you feel your vision flick back in.
That was kind of scary. Did you say? Wow. Thank you, Lona.
This adventuring stuff is fucking!
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wow!
that was a little bit scary.
In your ear, you just hear a very harsh whisper. He's mine and I'm coming. No one else hears this.
So.
This is Josh crying, not Koppodrazi.
Normally, this is supposed to take a while, but it was straight away, and my vision went black. I couldn't see anything, and then this really scary old lady just turned around and looked at me with these no eyes, and there was like blood coming down her face.
What did she look like?
She was like old and kind of creepy, like black eyes, and then she just disappeared. And I was like blinking, but I couldn't see again. I tried to look through Elbaz's eyes, but I couldn't see anything then either. And then just now, Wilner, when you saved my eyes, I just heard her voice in my head say, "He's mine. I'm coming for him."
As in you or him?
I don't know. Where did you get this knife? It's really bad.
I'm gonna slam it into the ground. Just like dagger point into the ground, and yeah, I'm not happy. I'm like a cage animal at this point.
Do you know who that was?
I can take a fucking guess.
As you pierce into the ground, a very small pool of blood just starts seeping up out of the wood.
Oh,
Don't like that knife at all.
Guy walks over, grabs the knife.
don't touch it!
I'm gonna take it back from you very quickly. It's probably
How
personal.
quick are you?
Let's check.
That's my love! Oh, Sunny, let him remove kit.
What are we rolling?
Come on, Lord Astrid!
Just one dex.
Yeah, with advantage.
18 total.
Against. Just. Am I rolling or?
Yes.
Um,
Okay.
He did say he took
Roll
it, so he would
perception
have it.
first.
Yeah. 14.
you notice him come through. Roll strength.
Straight strength.
Yeah.
Natural 20. 25.
So you got to
Thank you,
go.
Lord Astrid!
Kai can hold on to it if he chooses to.
Kai, I really
Yeah,
don't
I'm
think,
gonna choose
I
to
don't
hold
think
it.
you should hold on to that guy. Probably let it go.
It's. If this.
Kai, you're very strong, but
No.
magic things are really dangerous.
Listen. You said that someone was coming, right?
You listen, boy. Give me the knife.
I'm taking a
Copper.
bite of my roasted apple.
If somebody is coming,
They are coming for me, not you.
I understand that.
They are coming for the vessel.
You are still young. It's not for me.
Roll insight.
Can I roll inside on Copper to see if it's still him?
8. Solid 8.
Yeah.
I suspect a running thing with my insight checks.
That's cocked.
Yes.
I'm sorry. That is a 19? Maybe?
It's certainly not the copper you know.
Sorry, I'm making sure I'm getting this right. Inside, yeah, 19.
You start to see smoke twisting
That's
out of
not-
his skin.
Copper anymore.
Please give him the knife back. Please give him the knife back. Please give him the knife back. Please
All
give him
I'm
the
saying is that
All you're saying is trash.
I'm
Drop the knife.
trying to protect
The knife in your
everyone
hand
here.
starts going searingly hot.
I'm going to attempt to hold on to it for a little bit longer.
Constitution save.
On my con save.
Put the knife down, man, friend. You're being
That's
silly.
21.
You hold on to it and you feel your flesh bubbling. And
I'm just
smell
gonna-
it in your nostrils.
I'm just gonna stare Copper in the eyes and drop it.
Cast jump.
It spins, hits the floor, appears and blood starts seeping up a little bit.
All I want to say is that whatever it is, if you're with me, I will not hesitate to protect you. And if that is what's going to cause this, or bring them here, whatever, then we should deal with that.
One of my left eye is going to blink back to normal, and my left arm's grabbing at the bracelet and trying to cool it. And I'm probably trying to say something at the point, but it's not coming through. It's really infernal, but I am trying to calm down for you.
I will say, Koppo, I can see you in there. I can see you. You're doing great. He's not going to win. Or she. You won't win. He is stronger.
I know, Luna. I know. I know. Just don't take my things. I needed to know what it was, and it is what I thought it was, and I'm sorry. And please give it back, and don't anger
It's
it.
on the ground. Look, if we need to get rid of it, then we're going to get rid of it.
Blood is very slowly starting to pool from this point.
Step back from it.
If getting rid of it would have worked, I would have done that a long time ago, don't you
Could
think?
you put it in the bag or something where it's
No.
No. How do we stop it from bleeding on the floor?
Pick it up and just run it across the inside of my thigh to mix with my own blood, and then put my hand over the wound, put the dagger back up into its sheath on my back, and then pull my hand back and the wound's gone.
That's really scary.
Looking at the eyes back to normal.
The other one comes back.
Could I?
You did great, Koppo.
I mean, personally, I have no kind of understanding of what the hell has happened, but could someone make like an arcana check on me to try and figure out something what anything makes sense in this
Yeah.
crazy situation?
If you're all high, you probably wouldn't get much from it, but try.
That's a dirty 20.
30, 20.
Oh, sorry, 21.
There is another magical force in Koppo.
Other than just Koppo himself.
Yes.
That's
But you don't know what it is, or what it's capable of, or why it's there. You just know there's something there.
All I know is the witches wanted that, and it doesn't like them. And I can tell you right now, of the two, let's keep the witches down. This can be handled. The witches cannot. If they said they're coming, we got work to do.
That was one of the witches. I heard you talking about them on the boat. Who are they? What happened? They're really scary.
They were my keepers.
What happened?
A lot happened. And the main reason I don't like lies is because I don't know if they were telling lies. They told me how I was born and things that happened. I don't believe them. It can't be true. I don't believe them. It has to be lies.
How did they say you were born?
I don't want to go into it. No.
I promise I will never,
You need to
ever
rest.
lie to you ever.
We've got things we need to do. We can't talk about it, Rob. It's just not now. Just don't take things. I know. Look, I know you, like it's good to be strong and say no to things and fight things and whatnot, but some things are a lot, and we don't do it now. Not now.
Do you trust this?
I trust it more than the witches.
Okay.
It does listen. It's just it needs things every now and then. It's simple stuff. It likes to burn things, but it's not like a malicious thing. It just likes to see it.
Was the other dagger you gave away similar to this one?
No, me and Luna found that in the forest. That wasn't one of those. That was just a thing.
If you trust, I will trust too.
I don't trust the dagger anymore.
So do you think the dagger is the witches?
I don't know.
Okay.
If they spoke to Simon, I mean, they already know where we are.
All the better to rest and leave as soon as we can.
Koppo, if you would allow me, can I knock the knife over so we're just no longer bleeding all over the floor?
No, it's not
Please
really
retake
good.
it.
I've sheathed it.
So yeah, completely forgot that. Never
Keep
mind.
obviously.
Completely was thinking about other things.
Witches come. Meet Grunk Hammer.
Good idea.
We'll protect you
I
from
imagine-
them too.
I imagine they will, Grunk. And when they do, I hope you crush them.
That was. Question. Does the amulet you gave me, is that also like a scary evil thing?
That's from my friend.
Is it probably going to be nicer?
That's from my friend, the Monster Hunter man.
Okay. I will. Hopefully, it's not as mean as that. I will try and see if it's friendly. Okay.
Please.
I'm gonna hold my hand on
You did a Red Riding.
Simon and get ready to try Lesser Restoration again if anything bad goes on. So
Yep.
I'm here.
Thank you. That makes me feel better.
Nat 20, you know less restoration now.
Fuck yeah!
I then.
Yeah!
Then. Does it take a minute? No. Instantly still.
Roll a insight.
I think it might be the power.
That's a insight. And that's a. Oh, that was a 6. Wait, was it a 9 or 6? I think it was a 9. That makes it 11. 11.
Yeah, it's strange. Maybe you just, when you were starting it, maybe they were wrong in the book you were reading.
Wow, I think I'm just really good at this spell for some reason. And yes, I shall cast it again on the amulet.
I'm going to take the backpack back as well because I don't want him to look at that now. Considering what the dagger did, I really don't want him to get hurt, so I'll take that back.
Good idea.
So, once again, strangely, this becomes an image more than just knowledge in your head. And your vision goes again, but this time it's a glowing gold. And silver streams seem to be running through this gold.
Oh no, are you okay?
I'm alright.
You feel a connection to somewhere that's not of this realm, of this place. And all of a sudden your eyes flash and you can see the back of your head and your hands up. And you can see a long blue braid hanging down the side. And all of a sudden you feel this amazing rush of speed and you just feel pulled down this line of energy. And a valley appears in front of you. With what looks like a well with bubbling water inside.
What do you see?
And
What do you
snap
see?
back.
He doesn't look to be upset.
Whoa, that was so weird. That's not supposed to. You've got weird magic stuff, man.
Did you see a man? Did you see a man with long hair? And he looked really strong and cool and great.
No, well, kind of, except short hair, and he was small and great. I saw at the back of my head, and then, well, before that, first there was like this golden energy or something. It was like not from this place, and then I was looking through your eyes, Luna, and then I saw like a valley with like a pool at the bottom of it, like the one that you
That's
talking
the
about.
moon well. I
Yeah,
saw it.
that's so weird.
That's what I saw in the vision.
So, Simon,
Yes.
weird question. Does that mean that's good?
I think so. Here, I've got one more time I can cast a spell today. Grunk, would you hold my shoulders, please? Oh, thank you. You've got really heavy hands. I was looking at the cards like, he's kind of in a bad mood. And then Luna already did it. And then Koppo is scary. So Grunk, he's...
Let's do it.
And I will cast Identify again on the amulet.
Yep. The same amulet?
Yes, the same one holding.
I'll do the same again.
Yeah. Luna, don't touch me this time.
Sorry.
Thank you, though.
Oh.
Just Grunk. See if anything different happens.
Yep, so you cast a spell once again, gold fills your vision, streams of silver falling through it. And your vision snaps. It feels like it's trying to find a connection. You feel it pulling towards where Luna is in the room, but it just stops. And all of a sudden you just see a forest in front of you, full of bright green trees and a man in a long cloak winding his way through. He turns around with long dark hair, gives you a bit of a wink, and his hair turns golden and his features fine, and he just steps into nothingness and disappears. And then it's snapped back to the room.
This is a crazy amulet, Koppo. This time it felt like it wanted to find Luna, but then instead I saw a forest with this man in his long cloak, and then his hair turned golden. His hair turned golden, and then he just winked at me and disappeared.
As he describes the man, it's exactly who you think it is.
I'll take the amulet and hold it really close to my chest.
Why does it keep trying to find me?
I don't know, maybe because you're connected to nature or something?
Is he a nature man?
I don't know, he hunted monsters and he was good and I could tell. And the witches hated him and that's a good sign.
I mean, if he saw the vision of the moon well and that, maybe he's at the moon well.
We have to go.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping me, Grunk.
Hey, Grunk, hi.
Grunk did not do much.
Fine. Yes.
You bruised someone's shoulders a little bit.
Thank you, Grunk. Thank you for that. I will describe the forest in detail to see if that rings any bells for Grunk.
For Grunk? No. But as he describes the forest, it reminds me very much of the woods around the home you grew up in.
I didn't see much out the window, but I'm just going to put it over
The
my
ones
neck.
that he ran into that I was in when we met, or different one?
I was
Different.
running. I've been running for a while.
Something really-
Oh, running for a while. Never mind.
By the time
Now
we
that
met.
you see or hear them describing it, you remember how different they were, how strange it was. Leaving and seeing all these different trees. It seemed to be all over the world. That's what you've seen so far.
God, what does it all mean?
So maybe you could try doing it as well, Cockle, maybe a spell. You have to. I'll go into an in-depth explanation of how I cast identify using arcane wizardry means to see if that works in some kind of inspiration.
Do you want to make a roll for it?
I'm just going to hold it and stare straight at it. And probably stop listening to Simon at one point while I'm just staring at it. Yeah.
Can I try enhance ability with the whistle? But I don't know it.
Roll a d20.
Let's try. Ah!
Keep it on the tray.
12.
Yes. Roll with a d4.
With the D4, 15, and 1, 16.
What's your arcana bonus?
3. So 19.
Yeah, so you're holding it and you see what Simon described, this gold light start going from the back of your eyes.
Huge
Traces
smile on
of
my face.
Silver. You feel more at home than you've ever felt in your life.
Huge smile on my face.
And the forest appears before you. This time you are standing in it rather than behind a window. And you see the man that you've met before. He turns around, looking exactly how you remember him, and just says, "You're not ready yet. But the Guardian will watch over you." And then your vision fades back in.
I'm a druid now.
You hear Koppo just come back and say that.
Oh, you look so happy.
One thing as well, while I'm like really smiling and really happy, like probably don't have the hood on at this point. What I said before about like the rain doesn't actually hit me. Sort of faint bluish scales are on the top of my head, and they like stand up a little bit.
What's that?
Oh, I love blue!
But as soon as I realised that you guys have seen every freaking hood up. But also, this is really good. This is really good.
Couple,
This is good.
I have to say, your head looks so cool just then.
What?
Your head.
No.
Yeah.
What are you talking? Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
I love blue.
Kai puts his hand on Simon's shoulder. Just, Simon, I know we're heading out soon. My cloak is a little bit, it's got a little bit of a thing on it. Do you reckon you could help me with that?
Like, is it like a hole in it?
No, it just needs a bit of a clean, and I'll
Of course. I'll take it.
just take him over, just grab it, show it to him. There's a small blood stain on it.
Okay.
Oh, no, just don't worry about it. It's all good.
Alright. No problem. I pull out my lodestones and start vacuuming.
Went back to you. Roll a perception check for me.
No, more than that. No, less than that. 11.
You're still just feeling this sense of elation. It's fading as you're coming back to reality. But you look down and you notice that instinctively you just grab Luna's hand.
And blush.
Things are going to be really good, Luna. There must be something about this moon well. If we're all seeing this moon well, this is a thing.
Grunk, no, see. You're not talking.
What can I do to help Grunk see what I've seen? Is there something to do
You
that?
could try to identify it while both of you are holding it.
Do you want to try and see?
Nah, that's okay. I trust you guys. We got Moonwell.
Is there a picture of the moon well in your book? We could show him that.
I mean, is there a picture of the ring well in the book?
Yeah, that's good. Last time you described
There
it.
was
sketch
a
of the
very
valley.
yeah. You see the valley. You don't see the moon well.
I mean, there was a valley. I'll just pull it out.
I mean, I have proficiency in calligraphy supply. I'm not sure if that'll let me draw.
I was about to
I mean, yeah, you've
say,
seen it. If you want to roll performance, you
I'm
can
handing
try and
the
roll
paper.
it.
Yeah. Can I
I've
do
got
that as well?
Yeah, sure.
Try and draw. Performance?
So they both pull out. And we'll start frantically
Give me paper.
sketching.
I got an idea.
9.
Please.
It looks pretty good, but it's just not that accurate.
Yeah.
But it looks like a nice picture.
Better than this one.
Probably not.
That.
As a 3, I did squiggles.
Actually, if I'm proficient,
Lena sort of got distracted halfway through and started drawing something else.
No, it's like
If you're proficient.
Needs
I think
a
it's
black
just
hole.
That's what I have proficiency in. Not
Yes.
that it matters much. That'll be 2 more than what I said. So better than anything. Yeah.
Well, it's over 10, which does change a little bit.
It's a black
So it looks
Nice
still not
pictures,
quite right,
friends.
but you figure if someone saw that and saw it, they'd go, yeah, that's probably the same thing.
It's kind of like this, but not really. I'm better at writing things and drawing them. Oh, that's what it looks like.
I hold up my one that looks like a black hole. That's kind of almost scary. And I go, yeah, it looks like his.
Oh, good, because I was going to say that's not what I said.
No, I'm not good at this.
That looks like the inside of the well.
The one I saw before, maybe. That was a really good picture.
Thank you. Yes, my mentor before Sandar had me practice lots with these quills and things for writing and stuff.
And come up and hug Koppo.
So you notice it's taken quite a while to do this. The logs are getting quite low on the fire.
Oh, we should probably get some sleep for tomorrow.
Always a good idea.
Cool. Did I notice that the bedroll being more comfortable than the bed?
Yes.
Oh, I'm definitely sitting in the bed all the time.
Yeah.
I was leaving the floor in front of the fire.
Yep.
Luna's going to,
Plonk.
once everyone's asleep, she's going to go outside to a tree and look back at everyone once they're all asleep and go, She's going to lie down on the bed like everyone else. And just close her eyes and just...
3 hours later, Kai's going to finally get out of his home.
yeah.
I was just going to say, kind of like, the only positions is bed, like, right next to the door.
Yep.
He is also nice.
I'm not working and begrudgingly getting a little annoyed. I'm just going to sit up and look out the window and just watch for a while.
Yeah. You all slowly drift off to sleep. You're staring out the window. You start falling asleep. In your head, you just hear, "They're coming for us, you know. I'll keep you safe." And that is where we're going to end it. So thank you so much, everyone, for sticking around. Now, last week we had a wonderful surprise from F. Cassie got a bit emotional, and she talked about how she's always surprised here on stream. So,
What the hell? No. What?
for you.
Boom.
So thank you.
I'm literally the only person that knows, so don't look for anyone else. They're not going to help you.
I don't understand. Why do we keep getting so many surprises?
What? Huh?
Because of that.
That's what gets us the numbers.
Holy
Language?
sugars and rainbows and
You have to open it.
In and out. There you go.
Thank you to my lovely fiance Ali, and she's playing dice.
Thank you, Larry.
What's in the bag? I'm Brad Pitt in 7 right now. What's in the bag?
Oh, it was what's in the box originally.
Yeah, true.
But don't forget to check out her stream, Ali Playing Ninja, where she will hopefully be making more dice bags soon.
All for Cassie.
Yes, just so we can experience this every week. And you can too.
Give the surprise to someone to Cassie.
Just send in a bunch of stuff for Cassie. Yeah, yeah.
Hashtag.
This for next stream. So
Let's get them embarrassed.
Hashtag tears for Cassie.
should have saved the poll.
Hashtag only Cassie.
Also, the witches don't send more things.
Oh my god. I love it so much.
So yes or no?
I'm shaking.
Okay.
And Cassie learns Infernal.
Yeah.
Now, Next week we have a very special reveal. We're going to hold off till then so it doesn't detract from either that or this.
Oh god.
But get excited for that. Make sure you stick around for the end of that stream too and don't miss out.
So many surprises!
And thank you so much for everyone that's watching and contributing and sending us things in. It's just absolutely amazing what the community is doing for us.
So special.
And we hope we're doing something in return. I hope you're enjoying the streams.
I feel like
That's what we do.
It's so good, but it's so stressful.
Try running it.
The amount of tense moments we've had tonight alone.
Not a single combat.
Yeah.
Buzz?
Oh god.
The buzz? I literally was crying.
Yeah, that was so incredible.
The buzz was so good.
For anyone who was watching, can we get a recount of how many times Cassie has cried on this stream? I think 3 or 4.
Just this episode.
Yeah.
Alright guys, we're going to disappear for 5 minutes, but we are going to be back for a bit of a chat afterwards. So stick around and ask any questions in the chat you'd like, and we will do our best without spoiling anything to answer them for you.
Yes.
And we will see you very shortly.
Maybe some cheeky spoilers.
Hey. We're back. Hey.
Oh, we're good.
To anyone who's still here. Nice.
Hello.
And a very special hello to everyone that's not here.
Yes. You get to.
You get to watch this on the VOD.
That's right. We get to do this afterwards.
Oh, that's a question from someone a week from now.
Yeah.
What's Elbaz's gender? Excellent question. I'm not sure. He's a fair animal. He's just a bird.
I have identified this because I've spent much time with Albez. He's male. He's a male hawk.
Oh, cool.
I don't know.
Grunk's
Really.
pronouns are his.
I have no idea.
Now, let's go.
Oh, absolutely.
I have no
Going for an
idea.
androgynous. Apparently he's male. Sweet.
No.
I thought he was androgynous, but I am 11, so.
No. I have no idea that was a joke.
Yeah, no, you had no idea it was a joke. You said it.
From.
I mean, it was a joke. I can't.
All right, so we have a question posed to the players, and that is, what are your theories on Miguel?
Well, as I said before in the first break, my theory is that he's in control of all of those boat things, and that like they're all actually good and they all mean well, and they actually are helping people. But then you basically said that's not right.
King of the zombies. He's king of the zombies.
I feel like a warlock pact.
Yeah, but is he the warlock?
No,
Or is he the pact? That's what I'm getting at. It's like these other people are taking pacts with him, I think.
you know in Return of the King how Aragorn comes with all the ghost people? That's,
Yeah.
Oh,
Miguel.
Ghost Whisperer.
He's gonna rock up when we need him and like Deus Ex Machina, the whole fucking
Epic music playing, and he's gonna like draw his sword and hold it from him, and ghosts are just gonna appear.
Yeah, we're boatkeeper people.
He gets a dice bag and throws dice at people.
Flip some
Spits
dice.
dice at
What
people.
stage is it on?
Throws a bunch of
Throws a
D4s on
D20.
the
What did
ground.
land on?
It's just
20? You're in fortune.
I'm super not sure. I researched D&D lore heavily for the game I'm running at the moment. It's not a stream. But nothing is ringing a bell about a swashbuckler rogue becoming the patron for a bunch of Mezzalots.
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Secretly, Cody is the president of Wizards of the Coast, and this is...
Yeah.
Ah, it's a new.
It's a new thing, and we get to playtest this content.
it's
I feel
coming.
honoured.
It's coming out in the new module that's coming out soon.
To be
What's your
fair,
theory?
pretty much everything I do is a playtest because most of this is homebrew.
Yeah.
So I use the rules, but a lot of it is custom. So if it doesn't make sense, bear with me. It's more about the storytelling
That's
of the
awesome.
rules.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. Like, as a DM myself, I agree with that.
And also, it's a bit of a middle finger to the players because now you don't know what I'm going to throw at you.
What's your theories,
I don't know what I'm
Cody?
throwing at myself.
No, you do not.
This is fucked.
My theory is that Morga drank too much and saw nothing.
Huh.
Just made the whole thing
Okay.
up.
Yeah, that sounds.
And that really convincingly wrote that letter to you and found the coin on the ground that had fallen out of his pocket.
Absolutely.
It looked exactly like something that Miguel actually had. That's something saying, yeah, makes sense.
Down to every little divot.
Yep.
There we go.
Weird theory
Sorry.
that because Mezzalots are Yugloths, which are neither demon nor devil.
Yeah.
So I think somehow here's a really other theory. Mezzaloth was contracted by either the Abyss or the Nine Hells to get a bunch of souls of lost people, and Miguel's soul has now been collected by Mezzaloth for either Asmodeus or one of the demon lords, and now he's doing a job before his soul gets collected.
I kind of agree with that. I half agree with that. I reckon that he's essentially being contracted to do something, and that he knows it's going to be really fucking horrible, and that's why he sent you the note and the coin and shit, because I think that he knows he may not come back. And he could, but I don't exactly know. I can't think of anything in particular that it could be.
Well, in here, so people don't know, Simon is a conjuration type wizard. Like the note says, if you need me, get more powerful and bring me to you in your time of need. So it could be that Miguel has actually been bought as his soul's been bought, and eventually he'll get power enough to become a high level fiend, which would let Simon summon him as a fiend with some kind of demon summoning spell.
See, I don't even have to DM, I just let them do it.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I DM as well. What do you find in the town? At the stables? Sure, there's one of those.
So tell me what you find.
Yeah, what else what sort of horse are you looking for?
Black one.
That black stable is right
You
there.
find a house in the distance. Is it a warehouse that turns into a house instead of a wharf? It is fucking now.
Brett's
The
got
gazebo.
another question there.
Oh, Brett.
What's with learning magic?
Well, I don't know if anyone at home has done any wizarding themselves, but I find learning spells quite difficult. And I don't just wake up one day knowing them. So the way I roll
Amateur.
the way I roll magic is basically, depending on the spell level, players can learn the spells at their level with a fairly low DC, but they have to practice it and learn it, which means they have to know it from somewhere. But I bend the rules a little bit more, and if they want to learn a high level spell, I do allow it up to 2 levels higher, but it's a crazy hard DC and several rolls to get there. So for example, if you want to learn a level 3 spell and you can only access level 1s, you'd have to roll 3 d20s to get 20 on each. And every time you fail, it resets. It's fairly convoluted, and there's a lot more to it than even that, so that's why I just tell people to roll and let them know how it works out.
I don't know Squatching Ray.
Well, you
I
used
think
it.
it's kind of fun to have that
the
rolling
3D.
system as well, because you kind of get the characters, see them with their frustration, and it gives I love the cool effects Cody has, when it goes bad and things like that. It's really fun.
Right.
I had
So, like,
excellent
your bag's
practice from
better.
backpacks.
Backpacks.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
took me 4 sessions to get a cantrip because they kept rolling 2s and 3s.
Oh, that acid splash, man.
And you might have even
amazing.
seen the clip where I crossed the successes right off.
Oh yeah.
Watch it. It's so devastating for him, and we all love it.
Yeah. Hashtag more devastation.
So much of me wanted you to find out what that backpack is, but then you were getting hurt by something. I was like, nope, we're not doing that to the poor kid.
So I'm so glad we finished on you having that blissful moment with.
Whoa.
That balanced it out so well.
I was about to be no more copper items. That's terrifying. I want to go blind again, but I was like, no, this one seems different. And if
As soon as you started saying he's seeing someone, I was like, the fucking witches!
Yeah.
Plot twist, witches are the good guys.
Don't want them yet!
Oh my god.
But they
when we
want
face
you.
them.
Yeah.
Or at least whatever you're incubating.
What the?
it's a slot. There's a slot in it.
Oh.
It's a slot.
I would be dead.
Oh, there's an even better question from Brett that's just come through. Asking whether our beautiful sound tech knitters is actually real.
Yeah. No. Hey, minutes.
That is insulting.
Come to Simon's book.
Yes!
Oh, me
So that I may be
It's just
drunk
Cody
by my
throwing his
shirt.
voice.
Meet our sound guy.
Honor illusion.
It me.
Grunk cast Simon cast disguise self.
And now Simon's going
That was
to
about 20.
Yeah, that was an 20.
And Simon's going to tell me
Yeah, if the stream starts crashing and burning, this is on you guys.
Question from Jack. Did you guys plan to have 4 spellcasters in the party or coincidence? Actual coincidence.
Yeah, we have our Monday and our Tuesday game, and everyone had their characters beforehand, and I separated them into the 2 games as appropriately as possible, judging by people's availability and how the characters would work.
He said, cool
I
kids
think
go
I know it.
Monday.
To be fair though, I think in all the streams there's only 2 non-casters.
Yeah.
Myself and one on the other stream.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I try to adapt a bit and
I think they're all casters on the other stream.
Uh-oh. Jathar's a caster.
Jathar is the greatest rogue in the land. We'll leave it at that.
yeah,
Surely there's a spell up his sleeve.
absolutely.
And Jack, sorcerer represent.
Alright, yeah.
Well, I said
I like to think that magic just comes naturally when you're just sitting back.
He's
Sorry.
just- No, that's fine.
My original character was actually going to be a girl, and then I changed it to a monk who was going to be all anarchistic. I was like, that's going to create friction, so then I went with an adorable small boy.
Yeah, that's great.
We don't want characters that create friction.
Oh yeah, clearly we're trying to make this as peaceful as possible.
Well, originally the monk character's going to be like, all government is corrupt, it must be torn down. So as soon as he got to Baldur's Gate, it would have been like, I'm finding the leader and assassinating them.
Which is fair but fair.
That might derail the campaign a bit if you just go around assassinating them.
Wait, your next character is going to be a monk, right?
Before I came with Simon, was going to be a monk.
Oh yeah. My next character's I'm planning a monk from the circus of all places, because I realised that the martial arts damage scales for all monk weapons as well. I'm going to make a knife throwing monk.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's fucking amazing.
Dark monk.
Yeah, you will.
If I
No, I was
may,
going to say.
I might ask you a couple
what
of
NPC
character-centric
we wanna see.
questions of
Chloe
pretty
character,
much
right?
everyone almost.
Smithers has a bunch of questions for
Yeah,
us.
so
I have one quick question for the audience, if
Alright,
that's
oh,
okay.
here we go. Go for it, yeah.
Just one quick
For you
audience
guys.
while you're listening
Yeah.
to his
If you're
question.
listening.
If you're listening, you guys are the last left over. Is there an NPC that you want to see
Oh god.
Cody introduced to us?
Here
through
we
this
go.
adventure? Think of it while we listen to this.
And if it's not sensible,
we're
I will ignore it. But if it's a good concept, I'll bring it to life.
Good concept. Good fun.
So, we got a lot of character backstory information.
Oh my
Just about everybody.
Oh yes.
So, the question for Kai is, and this is like just for everyone else to theorise about,
Yeah.
what the bloody hell happened to you?
And
He's
how are you
been
not?
through a lot. He's been through a lot. They're probably scarring over. They're not bleeding though. So
Good Brett. Good Brett.
yeah, Brett. Brett, yep. Us as the players, we're now going to just constantly nag DM Cody until he brings that in.
So-
To answer that though, he has been hello doggo. He has been through a lot. He is young.
Yeah.
He has in the grand scheme of things, and compared to a lot of other people, he's been through a fair bit. It's a lot of the fact that. I suppose the biggest thing that I can say is that he had to grow up quickly. Just on all his experiences and everything, he grew up really quickly and by himself. He essentially had to grow up by himself. He only ever had one major, male role model in his life. And
Yeah, that was a dwarf, if I remember that.
it was a dwarf, yes. I believe it was mentioned. It was the guard, essentially the dwarven guard assigned to him to protect him because his parents were not there.
Yeah.
They were in the military.
So yeah,
So-
we've got a pretty good idea from that of what sort of things we've gone through. So I want the other players to have an idea or to have a little think about that.
I'd also like to know,
He cast blur on himself.
how many times has Koppodrazi died?
Yeah, that
Can
was
you
my
reveal
question.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably got to the point where he couldn't count anymore.
all ran out of fingers a long time ago.
That's terrifying.
Oh, thanks.
I like that.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
So not a great life. Or death.
And yeah, the link with the guys at the moment that are in between or either there and experiencing that, and Koppo saying, this is why we need to do this, because I've been there. I loved that. And oh my god, guys, the vase.
That was
That was
great.
beautiful.
The vase.
Gorgeous. That was beautiful. Yeah.
And the power.
Yeah.
Where did we get those spells
I wrote that in the
from?
break last session.
It was from the DM's Guild. It was a custom
Yeah.
downloadable spellbook.
Yeah, so there's a custom spellbook that we're using and sort of trialing and playing with, and that was one of the spells I noticed that I thought was really cool but would never have a use. I saved it in my phone. I was like, that's a really cool one just in case it comes up. And boom, came up. That is
Represent
it.
husband.
So when you see some really strange out there spells happening, some of them are probably going to be from an actual source.
Yeah. Get ready for interesting
Only.
stories.
Basically, if the players tell me what they want to do and it sounds like it's possible, I will let them try.
I just got to ask, Simon essentially cast Scorching Ray, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was attempting to cast Create Bonfire.
I'm sure you were.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is what happens when you hold my things.
Fun things happen.
Yeah. He still doesn't really know what kind of arcane things he's tapping into, but there we go.
Lies. Lies.
What do you think's lies, Brett?
Yeah, you might have to narrow it down from here.
So we've gone through two so far. So we've had Koppo. How many times has he died? We've had Kai. What bloody hell happened to you?
Oh yeah.
Simon, what
Yes.
do you mean when you say you were taken away to somewhere and by someone?
I'm not going to give too much away. It was a passing comment, but
I'm confused by that one too.
effectively it was. So he. How much can I say?
Kai basically stole him away from his happy life in Candlekeep and dragged him out into combat.
Simon is from Arm, but Candlekeep is not an Arm. If anyone knows of Candlekeep, he was taken to Candlekeep as a ward from a young age, for not exciting reasons, but as yet unrevealed reasons. However, he visited family in Moran from time to time. To see them, so it wasn't kidnapped or sort of stolen or anything, but yeah, he grew up away from his family most of the time.
That's so
Boarding school.
Yeah, pretty much. It was effectively boarding school.
Right, now, because Brett keeps causing trouble, I'm going to reveal a little bit about his character.
Sorry, what was that, Brett? What was
we would have a backpack full of... Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
He's given us permission. He said, "Go for it."
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Swallow that one.
I was actually curious with Grunk in the mines. Go for it. Grunk in the mines. So you said it wasn't just like it was just the strongest type. So was it just a mix of like orcs and half orcs, or were there a few other
And
different
dwarves and stuff.
and
Goliaths?
dwarves like Goliaths?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd imagine it
Giants,
would be.
woman giants.
Half giant.
Technically half giant.
I don't know what that is.
You listen to this, Cody?
And if
Keep building my world for me, minions.
and like if it's not a spoiler, but would Grunk, if ever faced with the owners, ever or is or wanting to seek revenge on said
Oh, yeah.
slavers?
There'd be some Grunk smashing going on there.
That'd be a heavy grunt smash.
Is that like a?
Yeah, that was like half of the motivation to like fight
Nice.
He's
those
Grunk.
vampire people because he got drunk and heard they were being
Slavery?
slavers
Dunk.
and just got mad.
That hollow thunk.
What does your hammer look like?
Yes.
Describe a hammer.
For the audience at home, hashtag Grunk thunk.
Just a reminder, because it hasn't come back up in game, at the base of the handle there is a slot that looks like something fits into it.
Like a giant black pearl.
More angular.
Don't put it there.
That was actually hysterical. I was like, isn't anybody else worried about the fact that this is like a black pearl?
Yeah.
Not
They have
concerned
no
at all.
right to be, apparently.
Well, I wanted to look it up because I know that pearls in Arnian culture mean luck.
Yeah.
But like a black pearl, I wasn't sure. Like I thought, oh, is that actually bad luck? I couldn't remember.
knows?
I just went with saying it's fucking lucky,
Who knows?
but
man?
I could be wrong.
They know.
Um,
yeah.
Well, the other thing is, I reached my bag looking for a pearl. That doesn't mean what I pulled out was a pearl. You think it's a pearl, and I'm pretty sure it's a pearl.
It
and someone
seemed to
used
work
it as a
like
pearl. So
Seemed to work with the
Working
pearl.
as a pearl. And wasn't there a wisdom save for that spell?
Yeah, that was
That was
That was the.
Oh,
that was the
that
dagger.
I 100%
There's a
Puppy! There's a puppy here,
It's
just so
okay.
you know when I'm.
It's
Yeah, so in the after stream session, we let the doggos in.
Yes. So we get to play with dogs, and you get to watch us.
Except for that second episode where they came in and accosted.
Yeah, the second episode when they just.
hey,
Yeah.
See, we're not making it up.
hold on.
That was me. I'm sorry, guys.
These are expert ventriloquists. Actually, I kind of want to ask, out of more curiosity than anything, just because of the classic stereotype around D&D characters, how many people here actually do that characters know their parents and heritage? Because I know Kai is fully in tune with his.
I have. Oh, here's a bit of Simon backstory.
Yeah.
Oh, backstory reveal! Brett, you get to see it first. Might give you inspiration for your third class looking at it.
Yeah, Brett.
Simon is the youngest of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 children. So he has quite a large family. They have names and ages, and his mother.
As most children do.
Yeah.
If they like Miguel's and yours.
If you start
Wait,
reading
wait,
more
wait.
out,
Miguel's
yeah.
definitely the coolest of the lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his name is Miguel.
Yes.
Miguel
Can you say
Diego. Miguel Diego Rodriguez y Antonio Vargas y Siete Moran.
What?
I can't say
I'm
Simon.
already
You
in
can
love.
spell that. If you can write that in the chat.
And Brett's
I'll
just
make an
said,
extra book thing for you.
Brett's just said,
Oh!
That's the competition. Whoever gets the spelling closest.
Yeah.
Does it have to
Close
matter?
By the end of whenever Cody says that we're finished for like the season or whatever.
Oh,
That's the
mid-season.
timeline. Mid-season. That's the timeline.
Yeah.
Whoever guesses it the closest.
Yeah.
As soon as we hit 300 followers, the first person to like write it as close as possible, you get the gift.
give it
Yeah, that works
So
too.
replay that over and over again.
And just so you all know, we're about halfway to mid-season break, so
wow.
Oh god, we really need to go us to go, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's start
The
venturing.
DM wanted us to sort of decide what direction we're going in before
and
we
you
start.
get no direction.
Yeah.
Direction. I was like, yeah, that was great.
We want to do all the things.
We were just so backstory heavy.
another quest to go and save this guy's husband. And I was like, yeah, I don't think we can find him. Let's just give him a present.
That's kind of what you
I thought I said binge for a second. I was going to say yes. Sorry, someone said bingo.
That's
Drice, 88.
That's him.
Josh.
Josh, you said bingo. I thought it said binge, and I was going to say
Martin,
yes.
oh, can someone read that out loud?
Yes.
Martin, he
Even
baby.
the-
Even
buddy.
No,
Is that right?
Three guesses who that is.
You're winning so far.
Three guesses.
I'll say it a little bit more clearer and more pronounced, closer to you.
No. Every
Extreme.
time, every time that you have to say it, that's all anyone has to go off of.
Yeah.
Go back through the VODs and like slow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just like really slow to speed it up.
Alright.
So
now, just to let you all know as well, we will probably be doing these chats after most of our shows.
Yeah.
For VODs and podcasts, keep this in mind if you don't want to hear us talk shit, feel free to skip at the end of the episode.
basically,
But if you're enjoying it, hopefully you are, we will be around to ask or answer questions more often than not and ask some ourselves. So feel free to chip in
thinking.
and help us build this world together.
Phoenix.
Absolutely.
Phoenix, I hope you're alright, buddy.
And I hope you go to bed soon, pal.
He fell out of bed, apparently.
Oh,
Hey,
did you fall out or did you sneak out?
Yeah, probably both.
Phoenix.
Stealth check.
Coming, buddy.
it was a
Did
plot.
you
Except
Monkey gives you advantage.
Yes.
Enhanced ability. Healing word.
Alright, once again, thank you so much for watching, guys, and hopefully we'll see you on Thursday for After the Ashes episode 2. What will we find
Yeah, hi guys.
in the bunker?
Hug the fluffy animals.
Adelaide post-apocalypse with Brett in the DM seat is.
Yes.
Adelaide
Brett.
post-apocalypse.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Post-apocalyptic.
Hey, Nicole.
Love
Terrific.
it.
It's lovely.
Oh, you will see me cry, Nicola.
Like 8 times.
You will see me cry a lot.
Yeah, as we said,
Oh,
competition. If we can make new competition, if we can make Cassie cry a certain amount of time. I'm kidding.
In one stream.
I mean, tears of joy. Tears of joy.
Hang on. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? If you bring something.
Yeah.
I think we can get like 6 out of it. Maybe 7 if we all pitch.
And then
Yeah.
We've got about 6 more episodes of the season.
Grunk comes in with his hammer. Here's the final one.
Breaks everything else.
Yes. That would be the biggest cry.
I'll write a song next time.
Oh my god.
In Simon's voice.
Hey, no spoilers. Kai's learning.
Oh, a song.
Not difficult.
Not difficult. Hey, what did you say?
Just kick her in the shin.
Oi, Nicola.
I'm gonna say if we can reach 100 followers, I'll see if I can learn it in time for that.
Okay.
But if we can reach 100 followers, which is like 13 more, I think.
It is only 13.
Yeah, like 13 more. If we can reach that, hopefully by that time I will have nailed a song that I'm learning for the stream because Kai is learning lute, and I will. It's not a lute. It'll be a uke.
And
So you're gonna really loot.
It's a ukulele.
Yes, yeah, it's a lutalele.
And Lacey, we did nearly get to that, but a couple of things happened that prevented it from happening.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
the other problem is I
So-
don't think everyone in the party has their second character sheet ready. So
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I mean, I do, but
There are things you don't want to look too deep into.
Interesting. I was
The
not
bag
coming,
doesn't
yeah.
get identified, but something else does.
We can see it, but I think he's pointing it.
I want to say C to be a dick,
But
but I'm not going to because I don't know Spanish.
brilliant.
I did primary school
I'm
Spanish.
learning French.
Uh-huh.
So elf for me.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But Simon.
Well, I need to go home and attend to a child who's fallen out of bed. So.
Yes.
Bye.
that one on stealth check by the sounds of it.
Yes. Yeah, he didn't get away with that one quite.
No.
Yeah, Biss looks back.
Well, it's probably time for us to wrap up the stream, guys.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for sticking around.
Have yourselves a good one.
See you all next time.
and let's see if we can make Cassie cry next week.